Annoying.
Four-leg.
You.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Ball Game
What's
Podcast.
going on, everybody?
What's up, man?
A lot of sports going on this week. A lot of stuff to talk
Sports.
about.
That's us.
It's literally the perfect time of the year for sports. Hockey and basketball just got started. Football is in mid-season form, and we have the baseball playoffs. It's the best possible time to watch sports. Last night, what did we have? We had like three. My face was buried in the mic.
Well,
By the way,
talking
guys,
about
I'm Ortiz, since we should introduce ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Matt Sullivan, the innocent bystander.
I'm Trunks.
Chris.
Dean.
That
Still
sounded
Ortiz.
so upset. He was so mad when he said that. He goes, Dean.
Do you want to be here?
Okay. No.
I don't think he does. He showed up like
No.
20 minutes late.
First of all, I parked down the goddamn block by
That's
the
your
fucking
fault.
gas station.
Get here early.
And then I show up, and my prize picks are not cool anymore.
Way to spoil what we're doing. Shit.
Well,
Well, that's the perfect
Fuck.
way to get into it, what we are doing. So for today,
Yeah, I mean, we got
Alright,
we got a packed
first of
show
all,
today.
no.
We got a lot to
no,
do.
we,
we got a lot to
have
talk about today.
a shit ton to talk about.
we're not
I-
gonna get into it. We could say what we're doing, yeah. Right?
That is getting into it.
That's gonna.
Well, we're not getting into that yet.
Right.
We're
that's what
not
I'm
doing.
saying.
Fucking
Let's
hell.
get into it.
Come on.
No. Okay, so we're starting this show off. We're gonna get back on track here with the fucking ALDS game. Yankees versus the Guardians. We're gonna talk a little bit. Stop talking about the ALCS. We're not there yet, and I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, the ALDS, the Guardians and the Yankees, Game 5. Me, Tricali, Volpe, and Mazzo all went to that game. Electric atmosphere, fucking phenomenal. Ortiz, I believe you had a question for Trunks.
I do have a question for Trunks. You ready for it, buddy?
Yeah.
So you've been to a Knick playoff game, and you've
Oh,
been to
okay.
obviously a Yankee playoff game. Obviously, it was two different scenarios: Game 5,
Yeah.
clinching, and Game 1 you went to.
Yes.
What was more electric? The atmosphere.
So I answered this already. The in-game atmosphere, the Knicks game, the start of the game, through the game, the cheering was insane. Fuck Trae Young chants, all that. The after game, granted the Knicks didn't
after
win.
game.
The Yankees, insane.
But weren't you
Bro.
there when the side talk video got?
Well, that was
Created-
also after we lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still,
But
that was legendary.
It was legendary.
It-
It
it-
was.
Bro, the streets of New York was for the Yankee after the Yankee game. when
It
we
was
beat-
insane.
because and I said this on I think one of the Instagram posts because some Astros fan was like, "Yo, you guys are celebrating for winning the ALDS." I was like, "No, we're celebrating because we get the Astros again." And here I am looking like a fucking fool down 0-2. But yeah, I mean, the streets in New York after the ALDS literally was insane. We had people banging signs, climbing up fucking telephone poles
Stealing
and shit.
chairs.
We
Stealing
stole a
cha-
chair.
We did indeed steal a chair.
Way to incriminate yourself.
Let's not say we. It was Volpe.
It was
Volpe
Volpe.
did it. Volpe did it.
Wasn't it your idea, Trunks?
No,
It was Volpe's
It was all
idea the
Volpe.
first night. I just reminded him the second night.
Yeah, I mean, successfully got out with it. The first night that we were there, we actually tried to steal a chair in the first place, and we had a whole bunch of people surrounding us. Like everyone got in on this. Like we were trying our best to get this chair out of the stadium, and all of a sudden, this fucking security guard pops out of literally nowhere and takes the chair from Volpe as if he's Derrick Henry taking a handoff.
Yeah.
Like it was, he literally slipped away with the chair like super quickly. We had no idea it was even coming. But yeah, so that was the first day, and then the second day, obviously the first day got rained out. For those that do not know, the second game, did we even
scam.
have people
A
crowding around
scam.
him? Do we?
The
Because
fir-
I
yeah.
lost you guys.
Oh, the second day?
I lost you guys for a solid half an
Not
hour.
as much as
just
the first
walking
day.
around.
We went through a different exit.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, it was, and then Volpe's getting hoisted in the middle of
Oh,
this
yeah.
huge fucking riot. Essentially,
Bro, as soon as we get into the mob, I tell Volpe, I'm like, yo, put the chair down and we're going to lift you up. And, bro, it worked.
A bunch of
He was
strangers,
floating.
right? A
He
bunch
was
of
floating on
strangers.
top of the world.
Bro,
yeah.
It was amazing.
You actually, in a couple of the videos, you can actually see
Yeah.
Finn getting hoisted up on the chair with a bunch of other people climbing up telephone poles, smacking that shit. Like it was crazy. It was the atmosphere was unbelievable.
What
Smack it, stop
the
it.
fuck? Yeah.
Anyways,
that shit, boy.
it was super cool. Great time. Glad the Yankees won, but real quick, we'll talk about the other Yankee series. I was very hesitant.
Fucking
Ortiz, do you
ass.
want to take that away a little bit? You want?
Y'all look sorry, man.
Yeah.
Sorry as fuck.
I
Very.
watched last night. It was not pretty to watch.
Yeah.
It was
If
not
you
pretty.
watched last night and thought it wasn't pretty, you should have seen
I know
game
game
one.
one was really bad
I
too.
mean, it's just the Astros just a flat out better team.
So why was Matt Carpenter playing?
Bro. All right. I think this is fucking insane,
spark.
first of all.
He has a nice mustache.
Carpenter played game one. He went 0 for 4 strikeouts. Donaldson has played both games, which
Donaldson's bad, yo.
can't even
Donaldson's bad.
fucking believe that he's still in the lineup.
He took a swing at
But
a
Carpenter
solo
was
back.
playing in the first game because in a way they kind of don't think that Oswald Peraza, who started at short, is kind of ready for that. So they started IKF. Donaldson played third, and Carpenter, I believe, DH'd with Stanton in left field in game one. And I just think they think the playoff tested vet is ready to go. And plus, when early season, like we all forget, Carpenter was amazing.
He was
when he first got there, he was
amazing,
going
yeah.
To
crazy.
throw him
Um,
out there in the fucking
To the Wolves, essentially.
right.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
really
yeah.
fair to
His
him.
first
it's
few
not
at
fair to
bat.
the
No,
team.
I completely
It's not
agree.
fair to anybody really.
The dude doesn't
involved.
have his timing, and it's pretty obvious. He's behind on every fastball,
Right.
way ahead of every curveball. It just
Typically,
it's,
guys would do some rehab starts. He kind of just it's
'cause
playoffs.
they didn't
and
have
here you
spring.
go.
They
They
didn't
just
have
0 for
dropped it
4
right
and
in.
They didn't have
fucking-
the minor leagues.
right.
So it was tough. I mean, in my opinion, I do believe that the best possible iteration of the lineup that you could put out there right now is Peraza at short, with IKF at third, Stanton DHing, and Oswaldo Cabrera in left field. But we forget that while we are getting destroyed right now, literally our two best hitters, aside from Judge, are injured right now in DJ LeMahieu and Andrew Benintendi. They're not even playing. And they're two of the best contact hitters in the league. And if you've watched any of these games, you could tell what our fucking problem is right now. We just can't hit a
Excuses.
baseball.
Excuses.
It's not excuses. Who are the fucking Astros missing, bro? Nobody.
I think regardless, they're still better,
Nobody.
even
I
with
don't
LeMahieu
think so,
and-
bro.
and-
DJ
Really?
LeMahieu and Andrew
They're just
Benintendi.
still better.
DJ LeMahieu and Andrew Benintendi are two of the best in the league
No,
at
the
batting with
Astros are
runners
the
in scoring possession.
That's so.
If we go through
Period.
position by position, I think the Astros take.
By a lot.
Bro, if
I
you
think
have
7 out of 9 of them.
that's not true though, because if you have Benintendi and DJ
I think you're
LeMahieu, they
overrating
win those
Benintendi.
positions.
I think you are.
What
What do you
Benintendi
mean?
is
He
a
batted
little bit
like
too highly
310 in the regular season, strikes out at one of the best clips in the entire league. I think he almost walks more than he strikes out. Same thing goes for LeMahieu. They're elite contact hitters. Lefty
But
for Benintendi.
He didn't make them a better team in the second half of the season. After they traded for him, it's not like they were like, "Oh wow, this Benintendi guy's really helping us out a lot."
I mean, he was playing great.
He's playing
though.
great. No,
Played
that's
well.
not the point.
But it
What
doesn't
else
matter.
is he supposed to
it
do?
doesn't
to
matter
help-
if
Getting
how,
wins.
how else can he make wins happen? Is my
I'm
question.
just
Other
saying.
than playing well. No, like I'm seriously in baseball. What else can you do other than play well?
I mean, it's obviously baseball. It's not
But
one person sport. You could play as well as you want.
Let
The
me-
team
let me-
around you is not producing.
Right.
let me
That's what I'm
just
saying.
ask this question real quick. If you've watched the games, which I don't even know if
They're
you have or not.
because they're definitely a better team when he's in the lineup.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
they're a
yeah,
better
no,
team.
obviously, I'm just saying enough to be like, "Oh, they would have beaten the Astros."
We
with Benintendi in the
lost,
lineup.
bro. We lost by
That's what I'm saying.
we lost by 3 runs combined in the 2 games. You're telling me that DJ LeMahieu and Andrew Benintendi cannot make up 3
There's
runs?
no way to tell ever.
Okay, so I ask this: if your biggest issue is hitting with runners in scoring position, and you can't make contact right now, you're telling me 2 of the best contact hitters in the league. Not only
Well, that's an
do they-
approach thing. It's not even like they have the guys in the lineup to make fucking contact.
that's not true at all. Stanton strikes out all the time. Judge strikes out all the time. Donaldson strikes out all the time. Higashioka or
Aaron Judge,
Trevino
a
suck.
triple crown. He should be able to make fucking contact and get guys.
He's
in.
the only one that is making contact in the lineup right now consistently. Right now, at this moment, first couple games, no. In terms of the playoffs,
All I'm saying is, I just think the Astros, regardless of injuries, are still the better team, and they would have probably won the series.
I
regardless.
disagree. I think Benintendi and
That's the point.
LeMahieu literally win you this series, and you'd win it in 6 with them too. I think they make that
I
big
think
of a
saying
difference.
in baseball, 2 players are gonna
Win you a
change
series.
a
it's
two game
kinda
swing
bizarre.
is wild.
But you're not accounting for the fact that not only is it 2 players, it also makes your team deeper in the end. Your lineup now becomes deeper. Instead of having fucking Josh Donaldson bat 5th, 1, he's not even in the lineup in this case, and 2, what, Higashioka was batting back to back with Donaldson in key moments. Like, you get DJ LeMahieu and Andrew Benintendi in the lineup now. Now you have probably Benintendi leading off with LeMahieu batting 3rd, Rizzo batting 4th or 5th with Stanton there too. That makes your lineup immensely deeper. like 100 times deeper. Gleyber Torres is now batting 6th or 7th, which is a huge difference.
Makes it deeper, but they like the Astros have proved all year fucking long that they're the fucking team all year.
Sure, but I don't
all
know.
year that they're the team to beat.
LeMahieu and Andrew Benintendi make the biggest difference, and it's that simple. I think I'll leave it at that.
I also
So-
think Houston pitching is
I'll
If
leave
the
it at that.
Padres win it without Tatis, that's some story.
Yeah.
well, that would be
crazy.
what
I mean-
the Braves won it without Acuna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is equivalent in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a similar situation. Like the Padres are coming from the wild card. Phillies have the
What is
Good.
that series now?
1-1.
It's 1-1.
Yeah, today's game 3.
We out.
Who we got? Just quick fire. Who we think's winning the series?
I'm gonna say Padres just
Padres.
off
Let's
straight
go
talent
Padres.
and pitching and the Phillies have made a great.
Juan
run in
Soto
the
is one of
playoffs,
my
but
favorites. I like
but
the little shuffle.
I do think it's a little
It's
bit
so cool.
fluky. I think their pitching has played better than they are.
What, the Phillies?
Yeah.
Yeah, so their
think
bullpen
they've
is
over-
I mean,
their
their
bullpen
top,
shouldn't be
their
like that.
top 3 is dirty.
No,
in
yeah.
the staff.
Yes,
I
but their
agree.
bullpen was horrible throughout the
Booty.
regular season,
See,
and they're
but-
playing out of their mind right now. For
The Padres have
because
just
for the most
a bunch
part,
of guys.
they are.
they're
My
doing
water bottle was just squirting.
Yeah, Chris squirted everywhere on the table.
they're
You
doing
heard Juan Soto and got excited.
they're extending their starters as far as possible and then leaving it to Sir Anthony Dominguez and Diego Castillo, who are, when right, they're probably 2 of the 5 best relievers in the entire league. So their formula kind of works. I honestly thought their defense was going to be an issue, and it hasn't been, which has been super surprising. But I don't think I'm taking the Phillies. I think I take the Padres in 7. I think they're very well matched, though.
I think the Phillies have taken. They need to win their games at home. Their home crowd is crazy. They need
Yeah,
to capitalize
they have
on
to use
that.
it. Take
That
advantage of
needs to be like
completely.
their. They need to make. They throw their best guys. On
We
their
know what
home games.
Philadelphia is like.
Right. Exactly. Did you see that? Who was it? Royce Hoskins, who hit that home run, and the whole stadium went fucking nuts.
Yeah, with the bat slam.
Bro,
Yeah,
the bat
He
slam.
spiked that shit like he
Yeah,
was
I saw
Gronk.
that.
was
Yeah.
the coolest thing
That was
I think
cool.
I've ever seen. Oh my god! And they had a view from the field where you just saw everybody in the back going nuts, and Hoskins just slams the bat, and I'm like, wow.
Best
if only
part
we
about
could
it,
do
it was
something like that.
it was off of Spencer Strider. Fuck you, Spencer Strider.
Bro, you know what's funny about that? I actually
imploded.
said in one of the podcasts that I released when I gave my predictions, bro, I said that Spencer Strider is the difference maker for the Braves, and he got fucking
He got
rocked.
Railed.
Well, that was the difference.
He
Yeah.
got fucking rocked.
There's a difference maker.
But yeah, no, yeah. How were we? So are you cool with the Padres beating the Phillies? Like, who do you hate more as a Met fan right now?
Always
I
the
don't
Phillies.
care about the Padres.
It's-
they beat us, but
They
like,
beat us. I mean, yeah, they proved they were the better team throughout
But
the
no, I'd
3-game
never want
series.
the
I would never
Phillies to
want the
win
Phillies to
anything.
win.
Okay, fair enough. That's
although as a baseball fan, a Philly Yankee World Series would be cool for like a little 2009 rematch.
Yeah.
rematch.
Yeah, it's the only World
Yo,
Series that
just-
only
I
World
love
Series I
Bryce
didn't watch.
Harper, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
Bryce Harper, right?
Bryce
Harper's
Harper's
that guy.
like the
He
best.
shows up
He's
in the
awesome.
playoffs and he's
He's
thing the
top,
Yankees
bro.
aren't gonna
Bryce
make it.
Harper is like disrespected. Like
He is.
he's elite,
underrated in
yeah.
baseball.
Yes, he is very underrated.
He was
in
super
baseball
hyped,
conversations.
and then people just kind of
Fell
He
off
was
the
hurt for a
bandwagon,
little
I know.
while. People forgot about him. Once he got to Philly and got his bag,
Bro,
people
he was on-
Stop giving
People
a fuck.
forget this season. He was on pace to win NL MVP.
no, that's what I'm
at a
saying.
point.
Yeah.
He's
Like
elite,
him
bro.
and Paul Goldschmidt were the 2 guys where it was like, yo, these guys are the top 2 guys in the NL right now. I wonder if Paul Goldschmidt's even going to win the MVP anymore. He had a terrible stretch to end the season, but
I think he still has the numbers.
Yeah.
thank God the Dodgers are out. Thank
I knew it was
fucking God.
happening. The Dodgers
Fuck the
never
Dodgers.
impressed
Next
me.
year
I
is
don't
their
care.
year, bro.
Every year.
What do you mean they
everyone says
never
that.
impress you?
They
Their
never
roster's
impressed me.
insane.
Yeah.
How?
They have
But the
probably
thing-
the
they
greatest
won
roster I've ever
111
seen in my
games.
life.
They won 111 games, but when it comes
You
to
sound like the
playoff time,
Shields right now with Wembanyama, bro. They objectively did impressive things.
no, they did. I just when it comes to playoff time, they're just not one of the teams I
that's
chose to win.
fair,
Bro, they
yeah.
had quite literally the greatest roster I've ever seen.
Yeah,
with
but
my
they
eyes.
always have the greatest roster going into the playoffs.
Timmy Turner.
Fair enough.
Since Adrian Gonzalez
I hope
was
Trey
on the
leaves.
Dodgers, they've been the best team in the National
I
League.
know. No, you're right. All right, so enough of the baseball talk. First of all, who do we think is winning the World Series? Is it the Astros?
The Yankees.
The Stros.
The
The
Yankees.
Stros.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, and I'm probably gonna say the Astros. So
I'll
I don't know.
as-
I think the format of baseball is in the Yankees' favor here because they have what 3 games at home
Three
now.
games at home.
I think that helps because you could,
I don't
Bro.
think they take all 3 at home though.
but you could take 2 of them and it's a series. I mean,
back in Houston.
Yeah, I don't
For-
think
like
they
you
would-
guys said,
gotta
the
win 2
Yankee
in a
fans
row.
were fucking crazy, so I think it's gonna help being at home.
Oh,
It's
it definitely is going
it's
to help.
definitely-
Definitely helps.
I don't
living in New
really
York, I
like
hope the
personally.
Yankees
I
make
don't
the
like
World
that
Series,
format. Like
just so I can
obviously you
go.
get the 2 games in a row at home to end it if you go to game 6 and 7 if you're the
I
better
think that's
team.
big.
But I think the 3 games in a row in the middle is huge.
Yeah, because
dude.
all you got to do is steal one on the road, and then you got home field advantage.
Yeah.
that
from there.
parade's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the greatest time ever.
For
What
who?
parade?
Which one?
The
The
Yankees.
Yeah.
if they
If they
win.
win. Oh,
yeah, bro.
The beating the Guardians parade,
Yeah.
beating SpongeBob,
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Ortiz.
beating
All right, so
SpongeBob.
anyway,
I don't wanna talk about
football,
fucking
big
baseball
news,
anymore.
big news in
Football.
football. My brother, my man, Christian
Run
McCaffrey
CMC.
to the 49ers. How do we feel?
I like it.
It's
a
crazy.
lot.
I love it.
Insane.
That's
I mean,
insane.
yeah.
I feel like that's like the perfect.
I mean, we said it
one of
in the
perfect
chat
spots.
last night. I mean, it's the greatest running back to play in Kyle Shanahan's offense ever, and
yeah,
That's
he's
what I
gonna
was
have a
about to
field
say.
day.
it's just
Yeah.
The offense is just
with
elite.
McCaffrey and Debo, the versatility you have, like the play design. Like I'm so
It's
excited
so
for
crazy that they probably will split the running back out wide and have the wide
it.
receiver
That's what I'm
in the
saying.
Yeah.
The formations they could
they-
throw out there. The
They can do anything.
yeah.
Like, I wanted to say that I
The
wanted
game-
him to end up on the Niners so bad. Them or the Rams. Those are the 2 teams that I was like, yo, he's gonna end up on one of these 2 teams.
Yeah, I thought Akers was gonna be on the Panthers by the end of the
Me too. I
Yeah.
completely agree. And I still think they will trade Akers. He just doesn't seem happy there. But McCaffrey on the Niners is literally such a match made in fucking heaven for the Shanahan offense. Like, oh my God. Now
The
it makes-
games it makes the game so much easier for Jimmy, bro.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say that. I was about to say that
Makes the
because
game
now you
so
have a
much
running
easier.
back that you can rely on to dump it off to, and he'll give you 5 yards on.
Like,
a play
don't
that
get
should've
me
been
wrong,
dead.
Jeff Wilson was pretty okay for them this year when he was out
He's
there.
not a
Yeah.
pass catching back
No.
though.
I'm
He's
upset.
not
I had
no
him.
McCaffrey.
I have him on like 3 of my fantasy
Jeff
teams.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
pissed.
McCaff might end up averaging like 28 points per game from
Yeah.
here on out in fantasy, bro. Like,
No, yeah,
He's gonna get at least 1 touchdown a game.
Yeah.
he's yeah.
Yo,
he might pop 2 or 3 big plays. a
No,
fucking
that-
game with the
and
way they run.
for the
Yeah.
49ers as a team, I think that's just a big considering how well their defense has played this year, like historically great through the first 5 weeks of the
Yup.
season.
Nick Bosa, please get healthy.
Yeah, please, Nick Bosa.
Please.
You're the best.
You are the best. You're literally
You're-
gonna win defensive player of
you're
the year if you
insane.
stay healthy.
But just the way the defense has been playing, that's a huge move to help the offense. Especially the way the NFC West has been performing so far. The division's theirs for the
the entire
taking.
NFC, bro.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Outside of the Eagles, the entire NFC. I mean, the Vikings are winning, but they don't look especially like dominant. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's right now, it's the Eagles. If the playoffs started right now, the Eagles walk through the NFC. Like,
They
that's
should.
what I think. But there's a lot of time. I don't think the Rams will ever get back to what they were.
it's football.
I think the Bucks will eventually find that
It's
spot.
tough with
but
the Bucks. You want to say that, but their O-line is so brutal, bro.
Yeah. It's bad.
once they
Right.
get healthy and throughout the
Yeah.
entirety of the season, your
Yeah,
O-line
they're
starts to
gonna.
gel
Yeah,
more and
especially
more.
with Tom Brady being the guy on their
That
center.
game was
I
bad
was gonna
last
say,
week.
you got a 45-year-old quarterback.
You have
gotta-
3 borderline elite options on your offensive line right now. If the other 2 can just figure it out with like Donovan
It's just about.
Smith,
It's not even about the names and who they
Sure.
are. They're just like they've been performing poorly.
Yeah,
like as
yeah.
a unit, it's just been a very poor unit. I don't know
Yeah.
the numbers exactly, but it's definitely bottom 10 so
well,
far.
when you think about it, there's 3 new starters on that O-line.
Yeah, right.
And then not to mention Donovan Smith got injured early season. Then you had a rookie 6th-round left tackle or something like that. It takes a
Yeah.
while for an offensive line to gel, especially with that many starters coming in.
Yeah, no, the NFC is super wide open though.
Yeah, wide open.
So speaking of trades, Elijah Moore asking for a trade from the Jets.
Yo,
Pretty
you can't-
crazy.
That shit's
So
crazy.
So
Bro,
Mino
Bro
Ortiz-
has played 17 career games.
How are you winning and you request a trade? Like I get it, he's not a big part of the offense.
Well,
but like,
because they used pretty high draft capital to draft him, and brought him in
second-round pick.
to make him the guy, and now he's It's not
He's
even like
arguably the third option.
it's
Okay, but
not
you
like
gotta
that.
let-
But
that's why
the
you gotta
thing,
give it
the
time.
thing is though, it's not like
Right.
they're like slowly phasing him out of the offense. He is phased out of the offense. He
Yeah.
is not involved anymore. I
Okay.
wouldn't want to be there either.
But they
I'm sure he's not gonna. It's not like a thing where he's requesting a trade to hold out and not play until he's traded. If they put him on the field, I'm sure he's gonna go out there. But yeah, I would, you know, kindly, respectfully approach management and say, listen, like with my agent, and say, like, if you guys aren't gonna use me, like, you might as well get rid of me and get something back
Well,
from me.
that's
Why?
understandable. But what he
Yeah.
did was not cool. He went straight to Twitter to talk about him not getting
Yeah,
the
that's-
ball
He's a
Yeah.
in
kid,
the
bro.
middle
Yeah.
in the middle of a 3-game win streak. Okay, but you and I know not to do that.
You know,
shit.
here's
You know
the
what I'm saying?
But here's the craziest
probably
part.
do that.
You think
You
that until you're in that position.
Yeah.
And like you could say all you want to be professional and stuff like that, but this is a dude who throughout the entirety of his fucking career, high school, college, and now the NFL, even last season, we saw what he was capable of. The second half of the season, Elijah Moore was one of the best receivers in the
Yeah.
NFL. Like
Okay.
I hope we all don't forget that.
But he's also 17 games into he just finished his first year in the NFL. You know what I mean?
no, I get it.
It's just a
Give it
thing. My
time, my
point is
man.
just like, but it's hard to give it time when it's like he said, you were the number one option, you were putting up elite numbers for the second half of the year, like top 15 wide receiver in the NFL.
They were fucking losing.
The team is better now, and how much could a receiver change? I mean, but my thing is, you went from that to like it's not like they took some targets away from
Yep.
him. He's not in the offense.
I
He's
don't even
not.
know if he averages 3 targets a game.
Yeah,
They
anymore.
threw the
he
ball
had
18
one.
times.
He had one target last game.
Well,
bro.
yeah, they're essentially spoon feeding Zach Wilson right now. They're saying like we don't need you to do much of anything.
Right. And I think the offense will expand. I think the young guys, even Garrett Wilson isn't really
I don't
getting
think
the ball
Zach
either
Wilson
right
has
now.
looked great. I really don't.
I
Through
mean-
these 2 games, he has not looked good. But
I think
he's getting the
he's-
job done.
I think
He's
that's
got
all
the
you
job
need.
done, and in the fourth quarter, he's been
He's
pretty
been good.
spectacular.
Yeah,
the Jets
yeah,
as
yeah.
a team have been pretty spectacular in the
I
fourth
think
quarter.
Their
as well.
defense is winning.
I
the
think he
games right
brings
now, though.
leadership and a different energy that
It's
other guys
definitely
don't
a
bring.
different team when Zach
Yeah.
Wilson's in there than
Yeah,
Joe
I think he
Flacco.
contributes more than just throwing the
Yeah.
ball.
because the team loves him.
He
It's pretty
escapes the
obvious
pocket.
team
He
loves
It's
doesn't
him.
get
still
sacked
hard
as
to
much as
tell if
Flacco,
he's
yeah.
really a franchise guy,
I
but
agree.
you know,
Which
he
is smart.
hasn't done anything wrong. He
Yeah.
hasn't done anything to show me he's
I mean,
incapable of being
he's
a
3-0 this
franchise.
year. He's just
Yeah.
really nothing.
Real quick on the Elijah Moore situation, I agree with you completely. Me and Ortiz were listening to Max Kellerman on the way here, unintentionally because my USB port doesn't fucking work for whatever reason. But Max Kellerman was saying, and they were all saying, I think it was him, Keyshawn Johnson, and someone else. They were saying that he's wrong for this, and I understand that. I see where they're coming from, but my thing is, no matter what, as a receiver, when you know your capabilities, whether you're winning or not, you are going to want to make some sort of plays on the field to contribute to the game.
It's a
And that's
known thing that
anybody
wide
that's
receivers are
anybody.
Difference.
wide
between-
receivers are divas, man, historically, and I mean we just saw it this weekend with Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, that
And
should
I
happen quick.
want to say I wanted a different receiver from the Jets early in the season that asked for a trade request, and that was Denzel Mims, because I think
Mims might get the fucking
he doesn't
start,
even
bro.
see.
They might just go Elijah Moore inactive and just put Mims in his spot.
Bro, Mims doesn't even play, bro. And it pisses me off because he's actually pretty
he's a
talented.
2nd-round pick.
He's decently talented. And that's why I'm saying, like, yo, I think the Giants should go out and trade a 6th-round pick for Denzel Mims or a 7th-round pick because they
Mims-
probably
Mims
do
might
that.
be fucking playing.
That's what I'm saying. But now that Elijah Moore is requesting a trade, I'd love for the Giants to go get him. We
Yeah,
need
I
a
mean,
receiver.
Well, that's the
The
thing. The
Jets aren't giving
Giants
him
need
up for-
receiver help, and that kind of transitions
You're
me
giving up a
into something
2nd-round
else I
pick?
wanted to talk about.
Bingo.
Are you giving up a
Since
2nd-round pick for Elijah Moore?
A 2nd-round pick? No.
No.
Exactly. The Jets are going to look for that.
Yeah.
I don't.
We'll
They have
see.
so much
We'll
leverage.
see.
There's 2 more years.
I
left
feel
of his
like
contract. They
every
don't do
time
that.
there's
After
these
this year, yeah.
every time there's a
Right.
trade in the NFL, we look back on it and it's like, wow, it was only that much. Like it's kind of the same thing with the Panthers trade. We heard the Panthers were seeking multiple 1st-round picks. 49ers gave up
I
a
thought
lot
the
of draft.
complete opposite, bro. I
They
thought
gave up a lot of
McCaff
draft.
wasn't going to get anything.
They did give up a lot of draft capital, but considering they were asking for, they said they wanted 1st-round picks and shit, so it's like they didn't get.
They knew they weren't getting.
Yeah.
It. Of course, you're going to ask for
I
the
mean-
moon and settle for something less,
Yeah.
but I was surprised that McCaff even got that much because it's a running back
I
that's
think for
been
the-
injury prone for the most part.
It's
getting
different,
paid a
but
lot.
McCaffrey is.
He's a
I don't
game
know,
changer.
to me,
Gotta
he
take a shot on
provides
him.
so
Yeah.
much more than any
I
other.
thought it
running
would've
back
cost
in
him
He's the
league.
less.
best running back in
That's
the
what I'm
league. I
saying.
mean,
No, no, no. I
I
don't
agree.
disagree.
I agree. The
But-
value goes down when you have that many mileage.
yeah.
And the contract. So
It's just for a contending team, he's a piece that could make you win the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
I agree. So
Like
if
the
we're gonna talk about
49ers are
pieces,
elite,
we're gonna talk about pieces, right?
right? Yeah.
We got. I
The
want to talk about
Panthers
the
are-
other Panthers
Yeah.
pieces.
So the Panthers might be having a fire sale. So there's two big names that might end up getting traded soon. The first one's DJ Moore.
I saw that he's staying. I saw that they said that he's in their future.
I don't
Every
think
feel
he's
like they
team
until.
probably just
window
have to
dress and
say
say
that.
that.
Yeah, he is
Because
a.
if you say he's available, the trade price goes down.
I just don't
That's
see
true.
the reason of why they would even keep him. He doesn't fit any.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the
timeline.
same situation. Seems like every year he's getting phased out of
Robbie
the offense
Anderson just got
unintentionally.
tossed to the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deserved that
wolves.
shit, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it seems every year that he's getting unintentionally phased out of the offense just because the quarterback play keeps getting worse and worse.
It's.
I
so
mean, this year
crazy.
it's really bad.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
It's really
You
bad.
had
Because
two guys
he-
from the
so,
same
yeah.
draft, and they're both.
So I
He
just-
is
ass.
unbelievably
Yeah.
talented, bro.
Yeah, so I wanted to do this thing. So the first guy is DJ Moore, second guy is Brian Burns, and I just wanted to see
Love
everyone's
Brian Burns.
best trade destination
Real
for
quick,
them if
like-
the Panthers are to have a fire sale.
Real quick, Brian Burns will obviously fetch more on the market if they're available, just because of position.
Yeah,
He might honestly be able to get them a first,
first
and
round
maybe
pick.
a second.
Yeah.
DJ Moore could I think DJ Moore can maybe fetch you a late first round pick for sure. But Burns is just edge rushers change an entire game, and Brian Burns is that type of guy.
I'm scared he goes to the Eagles.
So-
Very scared.
I was about to
That's
say
the
that.
team
So
to make a move right now.
So the two, I wanted to get into teams' trade destinations for both these guys, and we'll let you kick it off, Chris, if you want to give both or if you want to just give
yes.
DJ. Moore.
We'll do Brian Burns first.
Okay.
'Cause Dean already said his.
Yeah.
So Dean,
Two-
yours was.
If we want to give two teams, we could do that too. But I
mean-
think everyone's going to agree for Brian Burns most likely. Eagles are the easy trade partner right now.
Vikings maybe.
2 first-round picks. Vikings make sense. Hunter is underperformed, but they don't really have the money for it. Other teams that you guys think Brian Burns could possibly end up on?
You
Chris.
said them all.
The Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are in need of pass rushing help.
I completely agree with that.
I think with Chandler Jones leaving, I think they're missing that guy. Zach Allen's been pretty good for them. J.J. Watt, it's obviously about can this guy stay on the field. Their secondary's been, I think, overperforming. I really love Buda Baker. Buda Baker is one of my favorite players in the league. I have a thing for
Yep.
safeties. Safeties that are
You've
really
loved Buda Baker for
Buda Baker. I just have
Buda
a thing
Baker's a
for
baller,
safety.
bro.
Who did they
Safeties.
have before that? Who used to play?
Tyrann
seven-
Matthew.
No,
Dayon
used to have
Buchanan.
Buchanan. I love
Buchanan
Buchanan.
was
He
a
was a
dog.
sick user on
Buchanan was
Madden.
a dog.
was
But
the
not
Madden
yet.
guy,
I think
yeah.
the Cardinals offense to me is obviously could be prolific. We saw it at
Sorry, there was a bug.
we
you
saw
guess?
it at times
No.
last night, especially bringing D Hop back. D Hop, we'll talk about that right now. D Hop
Yeah.
looked fucking phenomenal
Yeah.
He's back.
on your fantasy team.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fucking go.
Certified wide
Yep.
receiver one. Like D Hop is one of them
Thanks,
ones,
bro.
one of the
Appreciate it.
greatest ever,
Hey,
one of
you
the
might
greatest
be back.
receivers to ever
What?
play
You
football,
might be back.
honestly. You know, D Hop's just that guy. But yeah, I think the Cardinals last year got off to a really hot start. They slowed down.
Pretender.
They lost Chandler Jones, which like I said, I think that hurts. So I think that's where Brian Burns could really help them. They still have a pretty good roster on paper. They have a lot of guys who can be good players. So I think I mean, to any team, adding an elite pass rusher like Brian Burns helps. But I think in their case, it would really take their defense over the top
I
and be one
agree.
of the better defenses in the league.
I will also say that the Brian Burns trade for the Eagles, I'll explain kind of that side of it. The Eagles have shown that they value pass rushing more than literally anything else. The trenches are everything for the Eagles. They have the best offensive line in football and arguably the best pass rush in football. So why would you want to add a guy like Brian Burns? Well, what has won them a bunch of games in the past? It's having the deepest pass rush in the NFL. You add Brian Burns to not only having Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham looks like he's a game changer
What?
again.
I saw him looking.
Sam Thaler said, "Chris, you're a genius."
Yep.
So
Sam Thaler, yo, that's Sammy T from LIU.
is it?
Yeah, Sammy
I don't
T,
even know who that
my
is.
brother.
What's up, man?
I miss you, man.
Are these
But
mics on?
what?
I know. I feel like I can't hear.
I
you.
feel like-
Now something just cut out.
All right. my
Yo,
stream's
do
over.
you guys hear us in the chat?
Yeah, please, someone throw us whether
No,
you hear
there's
us
no
or not.
way.
Should
don't
we
hear us.
scream?
Green. Hello.
Yeah, no.
Yo, what the hell happened? Technical difficulties. We need that on the screen right now. What the hell?
Hello?
Happened?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What if they hear everything? Being assholes.
Yo,
What's
yeah.
going on?
If anyone's here in the chat, can you please let us know if you're here?
Yo, I don't know if they can hear us or not. It says it's no.
It says on here that it's loud, but like, I don't know.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hello.
Yo,
All right, I think
All
we're
right.
good. We're good.
idiots.
Did we?
Dude,
We didn't
what-
touch that though. It's
It was
been like that
working
the whole
before.
time.
In all
Yeah.
fairness, it was working before. Holy shit.
Thank you, Green.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Yo,
okay.
really
now
loud.
we gotta lower
You
that.
sound
shit.
so crisp.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, so Brian Burns.
Sorry, guys.
Trunks, did you have a team for Brian Burns?
By the way, it's the master.
the Eagles.
The Eagles. Okay. Ortiz, did you have a team
So
for
wait,
Brian?
wait,
Eagles.
Can
The
I,
Eagles.
can
Yo,
I
come
ask,
on,
Can
guys.
I ask you a question? Real quick?
No, no.
Yes. Why does he make sense on the Eagles?
I don't.
We said
I don't
it
know that
already.
much in deep.
We said it already. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL,
that I
and
know.
The
adding
trenches
Yeah.
mean
the
everything.
trenches mean
Trenches
everything.
mean
Trenches mean
You
everything.
watched the Super Bowl when they beat the
Offense,
yeah, of
Patriots. They
course.
destroyed Tom Brady
Yeah.
with the trenches.
You
The
could
Give me that
pass
again.
Do you know what
defenses.
won a Super Bowl last year for the Rams?
The trenches.
Von Billis.
The trench.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
All right,
this
so
was-
now
this was the second team actually. Speaking of, I thought the Rams would make
Yeah.
perfect sense.
I thought
You're
about them.
missing
I
Von
mean,
Miller
losing
bad.
Von Miller
bad,
was-
yeah.
Missing Von Miller
For
bad.
sure.
But
I thought about the Rams, and I was like, "That's too obvious. Someone's gonna say that." That's why I went with the Cardinals.
yeah, I mean, and they're always the ones that are willing to throw first round picks like it's nothing. I don't know how they make the money work, but they always seem to make the money work. So I definitely
Yeah.
think that would make sense there.
All right, so now we'll go to DJ Moore.
Moore,
If DJ
baby.
Moore, it's a
Trunks.
open market.
The Giants.
The
What?
Giants.
Talk,
Can't-
Dean.
Tall. Okay.
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
So,
Tell us about the Giants. I
yeah,
think
why-
a lot of
why
They
us
need
agree.
receivers.
I mean, that's the most obvious.
The Giants have the worst receiving core in the
Yeah,
league right
that's-
now. So,
The Packers.
That's
well,
exactly
yeah,
where I
the
was
Packers
going
are
with that.
also. I was gonna say the Packers too. The Packers and Giants are the two most obvious teams. I think
Low-key,
I'd say
Chiefs.
he'd be a really good fit on the Ravens.
I
Chiefs.
thought about the Ravens as well. The Ravens definitely
Just
are. The Ravens are missing Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Ravens are missing Hollywood.
Yep. Devin Duvernay was good.
I
for
said
the
that
first
off
couple
the rip
games.
when they made that trade. I didn't understand it in the first place. Obviously, Lamar didn't
I mean, they
understand
got
it.
a
Lamar went.
first for Hollywood.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that was
but-
Lamar's guy, and they
Nah,
were,
that's a lot.
I know he
That
wasn't
is
as.
a lot.
I know he wasn't as good as he's been playing so far in Arizona.
He
And
wasn't.
prayers up to Hollywood. I hope he gets healthy, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about the Cardinals. Well, if we're going to talk about the
Well-
Cardinals, when he gets healthy, like that offense, having D Hop and Hollywood Brown in the same receiving core is really, really nice. You still have
Yeah.
AJ Green, you have Rondell Moore,
Robbie
you have
Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, you have a deep as a
Mm,
5-man
right.
receiving core. That's
Yeah.
pretty deep.
Solid,
really good.
Yeah. Eno Benjamin looked good.
You know, Benjamin.
started him
very
in my
good.
league.
I started him in
Yeah.
Dynasty, and guess who I'm playing? Fuck you.
I just have the worst
Trunks.
luck this year.
He
Yeah,
broke off.
Yo,
I
you
heard
do have bad luck.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yo, I should have
Who'd you
kept
play
your
in one?
first round pick.
You
I'm
played
telling you.
Dams in the other league. Who started the Cardinals defense? Right.
I
How
have
many
no
points
idea.
do they even have? Because they gave up 500 yards and like 32 points. So it's not like the Cardinals defense played especially well. They
I
just
mean, yeah, they
got
said
two
they,
pick
they had
sixes.
2 pick sixes
Aaron
back to
Jones
back
is
plays.
fucking ass. What are you
Yo,
gonna
so
I don't
while
know.
we're on the just real quick back to the DJ Moore thing, since you guys said the Packers and Giants, which were my two teams, a sleeper team for DJ Moore, I think, is the Titans. I think that's another team who
Yep.
lost
Very
a
good
wide
team.
receiver one over
Yeah.
the offseason, and they're really, really missing that.
It's a good
Titans
call.
have overperformed though. They've won games that they honestly probably
That's
shouldn't
been the
have
Mike
won. Yeah.
Vrabel
That's
thing.
that's how they got the 1
That's
seed last year.
exactly
It's pretty.
how Mike Vrabel
You know,
does
it was
things.
pretty crazy that they got the 1 seed in the AFC last year, considering Derrick Henry missed half the year.
They lose games they're supposed to win,
Yes.
and then they win games that they're supposed
Yeah.
to lose. And they
sure.
have the Colts this week. So that's an intriguing matchup too. That is arguably an early divisional matchup that could decide the division in the end. So I'm hoping the Colts win. I actually have a massive parlay on all the divisional
man,
winners.
I'm
So
definitely looking to go to a Titans game in Nashville. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
That
That'd be
would be
fire.
In the
cool.
Nash.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, the Thursday night game last night, I don't know if anyone watched.
A little.
I did not.
A
Barely.
little bit.
What do you have to say? But
I
I know the Cardinals kind of dicked them down.
It was.
I mean, the Saints are kind
It
of
was a closer game than it should have been.
It
given
was
in the
close.
beginning of the
It-
game. It
yeah.
was, yeah.
The beginning of the game was a good game, and then the 2 pick sixes really threw the game, obviously, in the Cardinals' direction. On back-to-back possessions, that's deflating for
Yeah.
the other for the Saints.
Who was
It's
that?
really
Who's playing quarterback?
Andy
Casey?
Dalton.
Dalton.
It's
Dalton
pretty
Lee.
it's pretty crazy though that Taysom Hill scored a touchdown. He attempted a pass, had a rushing attempt, and caught a pass.
Dude
Yeah.
does this
That's
every
insane.
game.
It's really crazy.
I
Dude
don't know
does this
why
every game.
Taysom Hill does just get more burn. I mean, what is Andy Dalton doing that Taysom Hill?
I
can't
feel
do?
like it's
Didn't he throw like
almost
2 pick
So they
sixes?
use him
Yeah,
as
on
a
back-to-back
gadget
plays.
player.
it's
and
almost gotten to a point though where like, especially considering how they're struggling, where he's literally one of their best. Obviously, Kamara's a
he's one of
threat,
their
but
best
he's
players
their
on offense.
second best
Absolutely.
threat to do things where
Yeah.
he honestly should be an everyday
A
down
lot of
player.
his looking
Arguably,
good.
I was
I
about to
think-
say,
yeah,
Chris
Chris Olave is
Olave is the
looking
real
really
good.
fucking
Yeah,
deal.
He
Like,
is really good.
that
Michael
dude,
Thomas is just dead.
I
Yeah,
know, bro. It's
he
so
hasn't even been
sad.
put on IR.
I know.
Yeah.
He's
it's-
just
not
out.
Yeah,
He's just out. Like, he hasn't even been put on IR. He's missed 4 games, and he
Yeah.
hasn't been put on IR. He's possibly the most puzzling situation in the entire league, and it feels like over and over and over every single year this shit happens. And
His career might be just over.
Yeah.
I really do hope Michael Thomas gets healthy, man, because people forget a little bit what this man was capable of prior to the injuries. Like, he was
Mad
arguably
slants.
the best receiver in the league.
Slant boy.
All right, so here's another thing I wanted to transition to. So we are degenerates.
yes, we are.
We all-
Bad gamblers, bro.
We all bet on every. I mean, I had a parlay. I had a $5 parlay the other day that was plus 3 million odds on Wednesday night. I think it was when there was the full slate of games for the NBA. I was like, "Yo, first full slate. Why not
Put all
go
the
fucking
money
balls
lines.
to the wall?"
Yep.
And I didn't hit, which was sad. I
It's
had
usually
that
what
feeling
happens.
I was gonna hit. I don't know. I just started thinking about it, and I was like, "Yo, if I really hit 5 for 150K, like that changes my life right there on the spot. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm quitting hope." I said to Joe Cruz, because he plays this for me, instead of working the murder mystery last night, I would have fucking walked in there and fucking enjoyed the murder mystery.
Yeah.
How was that, by the way? It went well.
It was
Stupid.
I don't know. I was bussing, so I was just running around like a maniac. I didn't have a fun
Was it
time.
like bingo size? Like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
amount of people?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every table was filled. Like
That's
there
pretty
was-
dope.
yeah.
Making money. Yeah.
no,
I
not
missed
as,
up.
We'll
Oh,
talk after.
sorry.
the show.
Yeah.
I don't.
We don't
But,
need to air
whatever.
that out right now.
So yeah, so we're degenerates. So this is something we wanted to introduce. It's our Prize Picks lock of the week. We all use Prize Picks. If you don't know what Prize Picks is, it's a pick 'em app pretty much where they put player props up. Like for football, it'd be like player yards for a quarterback, or interceptions, or fantasy score, anything you could think of, pretty much.
All you got to do is pick over or under.
Yeah,
There's
simple over
nothing
under. Takes
complicated about
5
it.
minutes
Yeah.
to make a lock.
Yeah, we're not
If that.
sponsored right now, but Prize Picks. If
We'd
you
love it.
if you see
Oh,
this, please give us a
sponsor us.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
So yeah, so we're each gonna give a 3-pick play for the weekend, or whenever Monday
For the
night
games.
games.
For
Yeah,
the slate of
the
games.
games
Yeah,
this week.
Yeah, the slate of games this week.
Who wants to go
All right,
first?
who wants to lead this off?
Start with you,
wanna
Ortiz.
lead
We'll
it
start
off?
over here. I think the Tony T guarantee is Saquon more than 76.5 rushing yards. I think that's a lock.
And who do they go against?
Jacksonville, one of the best run defenses in the league.
Okay.
I was
Take
thinking
to the
about
outside.
that. I was
Take to
thinking
the
about
outside.
that.
He's good.
He'll get like 30 carries.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Okay.
Big Lenny, less than 65.5 rushing yards.
Are we talking about
They're playing the
playoff
Panthers,
Lenny?
right?
Yeah.
Week 7, Lenny.
I think he's going to get a lot more receptions this week, personally. I think
It
he's
might
going
be
to be
a run script though. They're gonna fucking kill them.
It could
Yeah, I don't know. Lenny's always involved in
Yeah.
the passing game.
be. Yeah. I feel like there's
He's
gonna-
almost becoming fucking Brady's favorite target.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah,
been
no, he
so
is.
far
He
this
is.
season. He's been, and obviously because of game script, but he's been super involved in the passing.
Oh
game.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But this is a game script that seems like it's gonna lean towards rushing. But Ortiz, I
Yeah.
respect that pick.
It's
Continue.
Tony T guarantee, man.
Yes.
And,
It's not always guaranteed
Nope.
for you.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Usually
I-
isn't.
I don't-
Usually it's
wouldn't
not.
sit here if it was.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it
Guaranteed.
usually is.
No, because I never say the Tony T guarantee.
Yeah.
This
feel
one
like
I'm
you
saying
guys-
is a
and
Tony
your
T
last
guarantee. Is Derek Carr more than 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Who are they playing?
They are playing the Texans.
I like it.
Should be able to do it.
Awesome.
I like
All
it.
right, Dean.
So I have Rashad White against Carolina, the backup running back for Leonard Fournette, have him over 19.5 rushing yards. I think they're just going to be a blowout, so
That's
he should
solid.
be able to get involved.
He's been getting
like that.
involved. He's
So 19.5 seemed like a low number. He could definitely hit that.
he's definitely been taking some work back there. Good player.
Rashad White's a decent player. Yeah.
Marcus Mariota over 34.5 rushing yards as well. I think
Thought
that's a,
about
that's a
that
low
same.
number
Solid.
for Marcus Mariota against the Bengals.
Then your guy, bro.
And then
Do
my
you have
guy.
any reference
this is-
on on what Mariota's like been averaging rushing and stuff like that?
He hit his over the past like 3
Yeah.
times. He's had like 50 yards, something like that.
Nice.
David Montgomery, this is a personal kind of my dynasty team, me hoping that he does this. Over 12 and a half fantasy points against New England. I need him to get into
Seems
the
like
end
you
zone.
just got to get into the end zone.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
needs to get
all.
into the end zone.
That is
He does
exactly
get
what it is.
he does get
Gets a few targets. Yeah, he should
gets his
see
work.
like 3 receptions.
Yeah.
He gets involved. He's always involved in
Yeah,
the in the
they just need to
offense.
be. They just need to be better. is all
Khalil
it is.
Herbert has arguably outplayed
He's
him.
looked really fucking
consistently
good, man.
No, he looks
outplayed
good.
him.
He just has more big play
He
ability
does.
to me.
He does. He's got more top end speed.
You know, I mean, they've looked nice as a duo. You know, as a
I
two-headed
do
monster.
feel like Montgomery needs to get the fuck out of there though, and I feel like
But to
then he'll
where?
shine a
Who's
little bit.
taking him and who's playing him?
Who needs him
I wonder
around?
if he's a free agent after this.
I was
season.
gonna
think
say
he might
because
be.
at some point you're gonna have to pay the guy.
I don't
Which,
think they're going to.
I don't
'cause
think
Herbert's
they-
looked great.
Why would they pay him?
Okay, so my picks. I'll start with PJ Walker,
Wow.
149 and a half
Messed up.
passing yards. That's a slam the fucking under, bro, because he's gonna get destroyed. And did you guys watch the offense last week? It was horrifying.
Okay.
Bad.
Can I add something though?
But I
You
can
don't
see
think-
it being more because of the game script.
Yes, that's what I was
That's
gonna
the
say.
only thing
He's
I was
gonna
gonna say.
attempt probably like 50 passes.
But
Yeah.
I think to a certain point they're just gonna give up. like,
Oh,
They're
like,
gonna quit.
if PJ Walker gets picked off 3
I
times,
don't
they're gonna
know.
be like,
I
"Yo,
looked
fuck
at
this."
this line and 150 is
It's
just
not a
not
lot.
a
It's
lot
not
of
a lot.
yards,
No, it's not a
bro.
lot. But the Bucks have been
Yeah, the Bucks
great
defense is elite.
defensively. And look, you lost McCaff, who was a guy that they were throwing the ball to a bunch last week, especially on outside screens and stuff, because that seemed to be their
Oh
only
my
form
god,
of
McCaff
offense.
is so good, bro.
Yeah. When he
think
does
about
nothing,
how he's gonna
still
get
puts up
involved in it,
25
bro. It's gonna be
fantasy
Oh my
so
God.
cool.
I can't wait to
It's
see.
gonna be
He's not
football
gonna
heaven.
play this week though, right?
They said he's gonna.
Yo.
He might.
Yeah,
He'll
he
be
said he's gonna get
limited.
red
He'll be
zone
limited.
touches.
He'll be limited. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
So my
must start.
second one is Derrick Henry over 13 and a half receiving yards. And if you guys have been watching the games recently, he's been so much more involved in the passing game, which was a thing that they needed to do for a while now. You just got to get the ball to Derrick Henry however you can. Don't just hand him the ball in the backfield. He doesn't have the best hands in the world, but he's got decent enough hands for a running back. And if you're in the NFL, you could probably catch a football. So
I hope so.
And fresh off
Yeah.
the bye for them
Yeah,
too. Some
he's-
fresh legs.
he's killed it the past 3 weeks. He's gone over 30 receiving yards each of the past 3 weeks, actually. So it really hasn't even been all that remotely close. So I feel like this one is the safest one of the ones that I've given you so far. Lastly, honestly, one of my favorite tight ends in the league, Hayden Hurst, over 6 fantasy score. Especially recently, Hurst has been a lot more involved in the Bengals offense, getting right around 6-7 targets. And a lot of it is underneath, but in a PPR league, you're going to be able to get a bunch of targets for the guy. And all you need is receptions in that case. If he gets 4 receptions for 30 yards, he's already done it. And that seems pretty simple for Hayden Hurst.
And he is
especially the
getting
last few weeks.
red zone targets too.
Yeah,
He got
no.
a touchdown 2 weeks ago. They
Yes,
did one
he
last
did.
week, but
Mhm.
he
Hayden Hurst is a good football
is.
He's
player.
been
Yeah.
good.
Good blocker, good receiver, got a decent athletic profile for a tight end. He's older. He's right around 29, I believe. He was drafted at 24, 25. But Hayden Hurst is a good player, good offense. 6 fantasy points is light work. I think he hits that easy. So
All right. I also have PJ Walker under 149 and a half
all right.
passing yards.
I don't
he
like
should
it,
have
man.
he should have like 20 passing yards all game. That's it. It's that simple.
I understand. That was my fear. The game script was definitely my fear.
He's gonna get
It's
it, man.
just
But he's not.
149
they're
is a
gonna
lot
because the
now.
thing is they're not gonna even like they're not gonna be able to run the ball whatsoever. Like it's not even like they're gonna start out and try and establish it. Like they're gonna be throwing the ball from the first snap of the game. Like
My
as
thing
soon
is
as they
now,
he's gonna have like 50 passing attempts.
it's DJ Moore and nothing.
I know. I just think with the amount of attempts he's gonna have, 150 is easy, man. 150 is not a lot of yards. It's just up and down the field
I
one and a
agree.
half times.
I agree with that. Go ahead, Charles.
all right.
finish
My
up.
next one, Taylor Heineke, under 223 and a half passing yards. They're playing the Packers. Carson Wentz is out. I think he
what?
goes under 223 and a half. Taylor Heineke passing yards under.
Fair enough. Packers have sucked, though,
And-
but the defense is decent.
My third one, Brees Hall versus Denver, 63 and
sir.
a half rushing yards over.
That boy's a fucking.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of rushing.
He's
Fucking
been
lot.
really
But
good.
he's been doing it.
Looks a little bit scary against Denver's defense. That'd
It
be my
does. That's
only
what I was
concern.
thinking, yeah.
But Brees Hall has been
Brees
out
Hall's
of this
him,
world.
bro.
Yeah.
He's been their offense.
To put it simply, Brees Hall is
Yo, who you got
all you
after
gotta say.
seeing a few weeks and seeing 1 week of Ken Walker as the lead back? Who do you think's a better player, Ken Walker or Brees Hall?
Brees.
I know you're gonna say Brees Steen because you're a Jeff fan.
They
I think
both
it's
are
a
really
debate,
good.
bro.
Unbiased.
I think it's a debate. Yo, Ken Walker, like Brees, I think as a complete player and a receiving
Yes,
back,
exactly.
but I think Ken
As
Walker
an
to me
explosive runner?
reminds me of Nick Chubb, man. Like he's like obviously Nick Chubb is he's the best pure
Best
rusher
pure
in
runner
the
in
league,
football.
but Ken Walker just has a lot of those traits,
No,
man.
he
where
does. He does.
He has the speed, he has the strength and break tackle
He's not
ability.
the size
bro.
of Chubb.
He's not the
But-
size
No,
of Chubb,
but-
but it's to me. I just see the same thing with the obviously Brees Hall could break off big plays because of the receiving game,
He
but I
breaks off
think
a lot of
Ken
big
Walker is gonna break off a shit ton of big,
Yeah,
huge, ginormous.
I mean, he's
runs,
got
bro.
and
his vision, man.
great vision. I love that about Rashad Penny too. Earlier in the
Yeah.
season, like Rashad Penny was a
Yeah,
fucking crazy runner of the football as well. I think it's very close, but I'm definitely taking Brees
Yeah.
because of the receiving ability that
Bro,
he's shown.
if you have a guy that could get 10 receptions a game out of the backfield, that's,
Yeah, no.
I mean,
they're
can't-
both
we can't
they're
replace
both
that.
great players to me.
Oh yeah, both are extremely good players, but I'd slightly give the edge to Brees just off receiving. And me and Lav actually had this conversation. Shout out Lav.
Go left.
Before the draft, even we were like, because he had the first pick in Dynasty, and he was trying to figure out whether he wanted Kenneth Walker or Brees Hall, and he said it. And we both said it. It comes down straight to receiving ability, and I think that's what makes Brees Hall the better, more complete player. Kenneth Walker's no slouch.
Yeah.
He's decent in the receiving game, but he's not Brees.
at least for now.
I think Ken Walker, as that Seattle team gets better, and as long as Pete Carroll is running the show there, I think he's gonna have a really, really good career because they're gonna make him
For
a
sure.
point of emphasis in the offense. And I think
Yes.
he has the ability to be a bell cow,
Bell
like
cow.
it.
Yeah, 100%. First, second, and third down.
Yeah. All right.
consistently,
And real
yeah.
quick, I'll just get into my play. So the first one, returning from injury this week, my boy Dak Prescott, have him 259.5 passing yards. I'm taking the over. I know he's just coming back from injury, but they go against Detroit, and Detroit's defense is
Historically
super,
bad.
super, super suspect.
Yeah,
So
one of the
and-
worst of all time.
yeah, I mean, it seems like whenever Dak Prescott is playing football, he's like the past few years, he's throwing the ball a shit ton.
Yeah.
They're
He's a
throwing,
$40 million.
yeah,
man.
they're
yeah.
throwing the ball a shit ton when he plays.
He's gonna
So
at
I
least
just,
45.
I think he
50
hits 259 easy. I think he honestly finishes with somewhere north of 300. Yeah. My second play, our boy, we've been talking about him, PJ Walker. They had his line at 0.5 touchdowns. Why not? All you got to do is throw one passing touchdown, brother. I know, and I know it's hard. It's the Panthers,
It's
but
hard.
I think
He got this.
I feel like you never see someone's.
Wait,
li-
over passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it just overall touchdowns? Because he can run one in.
it's passing touchdowns.
Okay.
I feel. But
Nah, that's a good one.
I think, I mean, I think how often are you going to see a guy's line at a starting quarterback's line at 0.5 passing touchdowns? And I know the Panthers are dog water.
I
Obviously,
know where you're
garbage.
about to go with this. I thought you were about to mention the Justin Herbert thing.
Yeah, bro.
Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DraftKings had a fucking boost.
Did you
where all
use it?
Justin Her-
of
Oh, of course I
course.
used it too, bro. And Justin Herbert didn't do it. And that's Justin Herbert.
yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
know.
Monday night.
I'm
I showed his
expecting big
ass.
things from PJ Walker this week. And then my last one, another guy coming back from injury, Trunks' boy,
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor. They have him at 80.5 rushing and receiving yards. And Jonathan Taylor, he's a guy who last year his lines were at 110 for the whole year. And I know the Colts aren't what they were last year. They go against Tennessee. Tennessee's front seven is
Suspect.
So I don't
Jeffrey
know.
Simmons is in fucking insane though. But-
He is a great player. But I just think 80.5 yards for Jonathan Taylor, you're never going to see his line that low again. And he, even before the injury, he wasn't really, he had a good week one, but other than that, he kind of slowed down. I expect Jonathan Taylor to just come back right in and have a great game and get back on track.
Ratio
that one.
plus Deion Jackson is better.
Yeah.
Deion
Yo,
Jackson.
shout out
better.
Deion Jackson. Won me my fantasy game
My
last
God,
week.
this is
I
why
started
running backs don't matter.
In Dynasty last week,
Sorry.
everyone, I had to start Brian Robinson and Deion Jackson as my running back in flex.
And you won.
I won.
Wow.
Bro,
5-1 now.
Can I
I'm
just-
coming for your cousin's neck, boy.
Can I just make a quick point real quick? I feel like yo, shut up. This is only proving further why you don't need a top tier running back to have a good running game. And it just seems to happen every time a great running back gets injured. Their backup comes in and either outperforms them or gives you similar production for the most part. And like,
I think
Saquon Barkley's a game changer.
I was going to
that's the
say,
only one that
I think
was
the
about to
thing
say.
is when it
And
comes
McCaffrey,
down
but
to the
Derrick Henry.
nitty gritty time, you need to win a playoff game. I think that's when the elite running backs with the elite talent. I think they're
does it?
game changers, man. When you're a team that's like could be a contender, can't be a contender, like borderline. I think that's where the like if you're a team that's gonna run the ball a lot, or have a system where the running back gets involved a lot, whether it's running the ball or in the passing game, then that's where like in the playoffs, an elite talent there, the Christian McCaffreys, the Derrick Henrys, the
See,
the
it's
Jonathan
interesting.
Those teams
Taylors.
Super Bowl
I was about to
winners.
say that. It's interesting you say that because at the same time, how many of those teams with elite running backs do you
Look at-
see actually
Look at
making
one of the
far?
greatest dynasties of all time. Obviously, Tom Brady's the GOAT. But
Draft one and
none
get
of
rid of
those,
him after
none of
4
those
years.
Patriots teams had
No, that's
memorable
true.
running backs that were eye-popping, superstars. None of them.
I mean, you look at the Rams
And they ran the
last
ball a
year.
good amount.
You look at the Rams last year. Cam Akers was playing short, but he wasn't effective. They won in
He
spite
barely
of Cam
played.
Akers.
Yeah.
Darrell Henderson wasn't really a high draft pick either.
Sonny
Running back
Michel.
position just seems to be devalued every single year. And I mean, look, realistically, you can't pay one. And I think the Giants have to pay Saquon because it transcends the fact that he's a running back.
It's also
He
a
is the
culture
heart-
thing with
He's the heart and
Saquon.
soul of your football team. And that's
Yeah.
the only reason I think you need to pay Saquon
Yeah,
Barkley.
drafted him second overall for a reason. I mean.
Exactly. And I mean, overall, I don't think you pay if Saquon's leadership qualities were taken out of the equation, you don't pay him. But given the fact that he is so important to the locker room, that's the only reason I would pay a guy like Saquon. But overall, you've seen the Patriots time and time again. Eagles, kind of the same thing goes for them. When they won the Super Bowl, it was just a bunch of castaways that were thrown together and created a fucking castaway. And they just they turned into a great offense. And LeGarrette Blount, fucking LeGarrette Blount has
LeGarrette
been
Blount.
on Super Bowl teams. He's been the main guy for Super Bowl teams. He was undrafted.
Yeah, so the running back's invaluable. That was our prize picks play of the week.
Yes,
a
sir.
segment we're gonna do every week for football, and we transition right out of that right now into
Prize
some
Picks,
basketball
FanDuel,
talk.
actually.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say we,
Speaking
I
of
say we
another
do the,
sponsor.
that we don't have.
Okay, I just said we're
No,
gonna go into basketball.
We'll hop into it first because
Yeah,
it's
we-
a good
yeah, we just said
transition.
we're
doing-
It was
just said we're
literally
doing-
we're
all I
doing
said was
basketball.
basketball.
Literally a
Sure.
perfect
Good
transition.
job,
Yeah,
idiot.
all right,
Sure.
so-
Anyways, FanDuel sponsor us.
So yeah, after that prize picks one, another idea we had was we're gonna do for the NBA. Fridays are always packed slates of NBA basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to sit down after later tonight and just watch basketball all
No
day.
work.
Hopefully we get no work.
Nice
Hey.
little day.
No
Yeah,
work.
girlfriend though, but
Oh.
she's watching
But she'll watch
basketball.
basketball
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Ball is life.
Yes, sir.
Word. Who is playing today? What are
Uh,
some of the games?
everyone, yeah.
Everyone, really?
So
Basketball
yeah,
teams.
so we're all gonna we all put together a
you guys
4-pick parlay for.
I might be at Hobra. Don't know yet. Might be covering Nick.
Go to
But
the next game.
if I'm not, yeah, he said he's at the Nick game.
Woohoo!
Schmicks.
Did you not listen?
Oh, bro, I want to go.
I'm trying to go, bro. They play the Pistons, bro. I'm trying to see Cade.
You want to go? Or you with your
Maybe
fucking
we'll
girl?
we'll
We'll
see
meet up.
later.
We'll see how much tickets are.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd definitely
Nick's
go.
money line. Slam it.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
All right, so yeah, so we'll get into it real quick. We have a FanDuel play of the week. FanDuel, please sponsor us. Yes, we're gonna do this every week.
We're
So
gonna
we
get-
all put
yeah.
together a 4-pick parlay. That's really it. Just 4-pick parlay with the games. I'll get it started. If
Put
you-
all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
these
so
together
start
if
over
you
there.
want to,
You
and
could
make
do
a
that.
super parlay.
And win
And call it.
millions.
And then if you win millions, pay for us.
Yeah.
Sponsor
for
us.
us?
So,
Just
uh,
pay for what?
Pay,
call it-
pay
what
us.
are they
paying?
Pay us
For our
for
lifestyle?
exclusive content. Pay us for exclusive content.
Is it OnlyFans?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
At that point, if
My
the
boy
dude
loves his
puts
exclusive
all of these
content.
together, think about how much money they're gonna make.
Bet you we all have like half the same thing. It's gonna be like a 6-leg parlay. Someone puts it all together.
all right,
I guess we'll
so
see.
my parlay is from the Knicks Pistons game. And as everyone knows, I'm the big Pistons guy. I'm the Pistons truther. And the line for this game is 7 points for some reason. And I think that's wild. I think the Pistons cover plus
That is
7.
a lot
I
of
think the
points,
Pistons
bro.
cover plus 7 easily. think the Pistons played a really good game in the opening night against the Magic. I mean, we're going to talk about that at some point, I think, about the Magic. But Pistons won the game as talented as the Magic looked and as good as the Magic looked.
Both teams looked very good.
My boy Cade looked phenomenal, dude.
Mhm.
He ran a great offense.
Bro,
As I said,
Paolo in his first fucking
Yeah,
we're
get
gonna
to
talk
that.
about-
Yo,
talk about
come
that.
on,
Wow.
man.
The fuck?
Like I
Come
said, Bogdanovich
Asshole.
was huge for them. Jalen Duran looked insane as a rim protector and a lob threat. He looked phenomenal, dude. Jaden Ivey looked spectacular. Sadiq Bey struggled a little bit, but it's all right. Sadiq Bey,
Classic
yeah,
Sadiq.
Sadiq Bey will get going. My thing is, it's tough toenails when you got Kevin Knox and Killian Hayes getting minutes for you, man. Kevin Knox came in, played 6 minutes, and shot 0 for 5.
He's making his return tonight, actually, to the
Yeah,
Garden.
he's
Can't wait to
been
big.
boom. I can't wait to boom.
I'm gonna, yeah.
But yeah, the Pistons, Corey Joseph played really good minutes for them, which is another thing I mentioned. Good backup point guard play. And I said it when I talked about the Pistons. Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel are going to be huge for them. They need to get healthy. So once they get healthy, it'll help them.
They're
So
a deep team.
yeah, when they're healthy, they're going to be a deep team. So my next play was Jaden Ivey over 13.5 points. I think that's easy for him. I think he's going to obviously attempt anywhere higher than 10 shots in the game. Like, he's going to get his looks. We saw in game 1, he's going to be able to get his looks. I then have Cade over 20.5 points. I think I don't have it in front of me because I don't have my computer, but I think Cade scored 18 or 19 last game. I don't think he made a 3. He didn't really shoot that efficiently. He was getting to the rim at will almost. And honestly, I know the Knicks have good rim protection, but Cade Cunningham's just that guy to me. I think, like I said, with the spacing, I think the floor is just going to be open for him. And when you have who's that?
Let's go,
Fuck
Vin.
the
Yanks in
Yankees.
6, baby.
Our
We're
Yankee
Oh,
game
good
brother.
one, brother.
Yanks in
Good
6,
one,
baby.
brother. Be
We're
good.
going to lose in 4.
The man that was on
Be
top of the
fucking
world.
good.
Yeah. Love you, Vin.
Literally.
That's the guy, by the way. Anyone that's actually in the stream. Vin
He
Volpe was
points at
on
the
top of the
computer, goes,
fucking
Yeah,
"That's
when
the
he points to the
guy."
computer, like,
Vin
We see
Volpe.
it, buddy.
Vin Volpe. Yeah.
Yanks in 12.
Yanks in 12. Yep, I
Yep.
agree.
So my next play was the over for the game at 219 points. I don't know. When I see these over underlines, anything below 220 to me is low. I think
Yeah.
teams score 110. I know last night in that Bucks
Bro, I
Philly
was
game
about
they
to
couldn't
say,
fucking make a shot, but
That
yeah.
and the Lakers Clippers game, bro.
I know.
I hit my parlay almost entirely, except for the fact that I needed the Clippers to get over 105.5 and the Lakers to get over 101.5.
Bro, that's why you got
And
to go to
neither
the
did
alternate.
it, bro.
Got to go to
Yeah.
the alternate
That was
over
the
unders.
alternate. That was
You
the
know?
alternate. Those are the
Oh, was
lowest
it?
possible.
yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
so that's my play. I got Detroit Pistons +7, over 219 points for the game. Jaden Ivey over 13.5 points, and Cade Cunningham over 20.5 points. And that's +778 odds. So
the
Solid.
Pistons play.
$10 to win like $77. A lock.
Yeah,
Easy
that's
money.
solid.
Yeah.
All right. So me, I've been doing this for a while.
Me.
I've learned you bet big on safe plays.
Yo, so who told you
So,
that?
my good friend, Mr. Vincent Volpe, in the chat.
Love you, Vin. Thanks, buddy.
So tonight, I got the Pelicans money line against the Hornets.
Hornets
Simple.
or buns. Someone
Hornets
said
or
on our
buns.
IG story, our boy Sean from LIU, Terry Rozier is a
I
bucket.
saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Terry
Scary
Rozier.
Terry.
He's
They're
a
gonna,
bucket, but-
they're gonna trade him.
And shout out you, Sean from LIU, if you're watching.
Shout
Sean,
out.
we love you. I miss you,
We
buddy.
got ball,
But-
brother.
Yeah.
We do at the Brooklyn Pier courts.
We
That's
do.
where we got a ball.
All right.
We
My
out.
second money line, the
That's where me and
Timberwolves.
Bean's beef started.
Yeah, it was.
Yo, remember
We
when
made
The
out.
Sean?
Tyler
Insane.
villain.
Yo, Sean, I hate to bring up bad times, but like, remember when you got slammed in the nuts by the ball, bro? I
Bruh.
swear to God, that,
That
was
was a
one of the
good ball
funniest
to hit.
sounds
That
I've
was
ever
me.
heard
Wait,
in my
wait.
life.
I think I hit 2 people. With
You
the
did hit 2 people in the nuts with the ball.
But like,
yes.
it
Chris
was an
being
accident.
one of them.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
No. That's a basketball play.
No,
Like, I hate to say
it's a basketball.
It is
I
a
never
basketball
said it wasn't a
play.
No,
basketball
okay,
play.
I'm just saying.
Shit was
It happened 2
dirty.
years ago, Chris. 2.5 years ago.
All
right.
Continue, Jack.
So yeah, my
Pelicans
first
money
one
line.
is the Pelicans
you,
money
Sean.
line against the Hornets. My second one, the Timberwolves money line against the Jazz. The Jazz looked good the other night.
Jazz look deep,
But-
brother.
But
yo,
this is a Rudy
all right,
2D
hold
revenge
on,
game.
Yo. I mean, I said
I
it to you
know,
guys in
Colin
the chat.
Sexton,
I
though.
cannot believe
Oh.
that Colin Sexton had the ball on the 3-point line at the top of the key and revved his foot
Yeah.
like he was a
And
bull
went at the
about
MVP.
to fucking go at someone, and he went
And he did it.
walked into the paint and laid it on him.
Mhm.
I fucking love Colin Sexton. man.
Yeah.
Got
I
that
know he didn't
dog
get
game.
30 though.
He didn't
Didn't-
He didn't get 30.
but MIP. There's a
didn't get
lot of
30.
guys on that team though.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Surprisingly,
Yo.
like
Lori played
Lori-
good.
Lori-
it's just a
Markkinen.
bunch of good.
Oh.
Right now, it's a bunch of good role players.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really is.
Rudy Gay played really well. For
Rudy
me.
Gay played
I fucking love
fantastic.
Rudy Gay.
He's
bro.
gonna get traded. Conley's gonna get traded.
I
at
love
some
Yeah.
Rudy
point.
Gay will help a contender, man.
Oh,
Rudy Gay
absolutely, yeah.
as a wing dude, like
Dude's been playing
not
on
much more you
trash
could
teams
ask for.
recently.
Yeah.
Spurs the last couple years. He needs to be on a winning team.
Yeah.
He's
Alright,
a plug-in
so
player. He can play
anyway.
anywhere.
Yep.
My next slug here is Jokic over 20 points.
easy. Does
That's
it in his
easy.
sleep.
And my last one is KD over 20 points.
Easy.
Also
does it in his
easy.
sleep, yeah.
For overall plus 126 odds, put 100 on that. 126 to win. I think it looks pretty nice. Nice safe bet.
I think it looks
Nice
pretty
safe
nice.
bet.
It looks
really
It
nice.
looks pretty
Looks
nice.
pretty
Shout out
nice.
Joe
I was
Gallo.
about to say backstory on that voice. It's all Gallo.
Joe Gallo.
Narrow. All right. So my same game parlay.
Get to
Uh,
lie.
Boy.
I picked the Shaka Jack.
Love you, buddy.
Oh,
Is that him?
I hope it's Gallo.
That'd be so funny if it's Gallo.
Getting ready to drive.
Yo, guys, I really would be there if I was, not in South Carolina.
We are calling about the status of your Verizon account.
Oh.
If I wasn't in the Navy.
shit broke our necks.
Real life different
Yo.
story.
Wow.
It's hot in here.
You know,
It
I'm
is
sorry.
hot.
sweating.
It's hot.
If someone wants to turn that thing down or
I
something.
could definitely do that.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll sacrifice.
All right, so
Okay.
yeah, Trunks, that should be a lock.
Should
I hope it doesn't go how it normally goes
I know.
when
but
it's
What's
when
the
it's
overall odds?
plus 126.
yeah.
Okay,
Put 100
cool.
down, win 126.
That
Looking
is
good.
what that means. Yes, thank you.
All right. Fuck you.
All right, so I did a same.
Yo,
game
you guys
parlay.
actually put. I know you're betting. You made this already, right? You placed
Yeah.
yours.
I didn't place yet. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
are you guys
Oh.
actually
I already
placing these
placed mine,
bets you
yeah.
made?
I
Yeah,
already placed
you
mine.
placing yours. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if
we got it.
say
Yeah,
we got to
obviously,
back it.
I know. I know.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
making sure.
So same game.
Getting framed, buddy.
Mine was the same game parlay. For the Nets and the Raptors. We're gonna talk about probably both these teams in a bit, but okay. So mine was Kyrie Irving to score 15 plus. He had a rough game, and I think he still got
He had
15.
18.
Yeah, he had a bad game, and he still had 18.
Fun fact about that: I had a 16-leg parlay for players to score 20 plus, and Kyrie's the only one that didn't do it.
That's
No way.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
I put $2 on because all I had in my account. It was 2 to win 150.
Wow,
Oh,
that's so
no.
sad,
That's
bro.
tough, bro. That's
Terrible.
tough.
Thanks, Kyrie.
Come
on,
on, man.
But
Come
yeah,
on,
Kyrie
cuz.
for 15 plus. That's it, just 15.
That's it.
Scotty Barnes to score 10 plus.
Easy.
I feel like that's super
light.
simple.
Yeah.
Gary Trent to hit 2 or more threes.
Easy.
And then the Toronto Raptors money line. So that's probably the
Ooh.
toughest one of all of them.
Are you winning
but-
like 75 cents?
Wow. I'm
No,
gonna go
it's
against you
actually-
tonight.
It's actually higher than his.
I'm gonna take
Wow.
the Nets money
Um,
line.
Mine is plus 239. So as Trincali said, plus it's bet 100 to win $239. I feel like it's pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Hopefully it hits because I have it tonight for $100. So see what happens there.
We should definitely also keep track of what we do. So you have
Yeah,
the
no,
best
no, for
record
sure.
at
Best
the
record,
end.
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yo,
gonna do.
that's a
I
good
felt
idea.
like that was a given.
Yeah.
I like that.
But all right, D, go ahead.
something.
Okay, so my first one I had Zion to drop 20 against the Charlotte Hornets. I think
Easy.
that's pretty easy.
Doesn't it?
PJ Washington's gonna
Um,
lock him up.
Terry Rozier.
PJ Washington looked better
hear
than
me
mid.
out. 6 assists. Terry Rozier against the Pelicans. There's nobody else playing guard on that fucking team. Took the Pelicans money line and the Knicks money line. That's the tough one.
That is a tough one, my brother.
Oh, no, it's
if,
not.
if that's
I
the
gotta
tough
take,
one,
That ain't a tough
y'all
one.
gonna like
I'm
mine.
biased.
The tough one's
I'm a Knick
Terry.
fan. I think they're gonna show the Pistons what's up.
Oh, we will.
Terry
What's
for 20
up?
plus ain't
Pissed
bad.
What are the odds?
RJ's
The
gonna
bad
come.
boys.
I don't know. I didn't place it.
Oh,
Bad
nice.
boys.
But RJ looked terrible the other night.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
Yeah,
We'll talk
Star
about
J
it.
looked sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's finish this.
All right. So start off mine. I also have Zion scoring 20 plus.
Finish.
All right.
Easy. I actually have the Pacers spread at -2.5.
Mm,
Big Pacers cover.
Who
I-
they playing?
They are playing the Spurs.
Okay,
Spurs didn't even look like a basketball team. But
Yeah.
So continue.
but it's okay.
I have the New York Knickerbockers covering the spread at
Yeah.
-7. Covering the spread.
Ooh.
Two people going against each other here.
Yep. And the big one, Jonas Valanciunas to score the first basket of
Oh,
the game.
Oh shit!
All right.
Your odds have got to be crazy.
Yeah, it's plus 33.42.
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
$10 to win 344.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right.
Ortiz,
Come on, Big Joe.
Let's go, Jonas.
Is that a Tony T guarantee?
No.
Okay. He didn't stamp it. He doesn't trust
See?
it. All
All
right.
right, so yeah, that's our FanDuel play of the Friday FanDuel play of the day.
Yeah.
Hey.
Friday FanDuel play of the day. A little
get
play
it.
on words.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, so now
One thing about
we're gonna transition into actual basketball talk. We got to talk about these games, man. We had 3 days of games.
So happy the NBA is back.
Most teams played once. Two
It's
teams played
so
twice, and the
nice.
2 teams that did play twice are stinky.
I promise you, they're gonna
Yeah.
be they're gonna be mentioned very soon.
Oh
Anyways,
yes, they will.
But,
Yeah. So, I mean, is there anything anyone wants to say before we get into our
I do want to lead
overreaction?
off how funny this is that our 1-2 in the Eastern Conference. I think in our rankings.
The
Oh, in
Bucks and
our
Sixers?
rankings?
In
Oh,
our
the
rankings,
Sixers.
the no.
No.
We had the Bucks at 3.
Oh.
The Nets were 2. The Sixers and the
Oh,
Nets
yeah.
are both 0-2 to start the season. So
The Nets only played
Those
once,
are
buddy.
war
Yeah,
1 and 2.
shout out us.
So we're
the Nets
super
did
nice.
only
The
play
Nets
one
are only
game.
one.
Oh, I thought they played 2 games.
No,
No.
only 2 teams
I
played
think all
He's
twice.
five of us
foreshadowing
played
the
at the same
loss for
time.
tonight.
Yeah,
That was pretty
I had the
cool.
Toronto Raptors money line.
Yeah.
They're gonna be 0-2.
No, they
So,
won't.
They're gonna be 0-2.
That's
it.
A lot of
Yeah, I was
basketball, a lot of
We
stuff to
are
talk about. So I guess we'll get right into it, man. Our biggest overreactions from the first 3 days of basketball. I'm gonna go first because
You
I
got
need
it.
to just get
You
it
got
out
it.
there. I'm
Yep.
gonna get it out
Get it
there
out.
right now.
Get it out, Chris.
Christian Jaimo, I hope you're listening to this. This is what everyone wants to see. America's team, if you want to say. The Los Angeles Lakers. I said it in the beginning, but I'm doubling down on it. The Los Angeles Lakers have current roster as is, no chance to make the playoffs. They have 0 chance to make the playoffs. They are lucky if they are even a play-in team. They are, and man, I love LeBron. Man, Anthony Davis, the idea of Anthony Davis sounds so good, but the Lakers, man,
They're
are
bad.
god awful.
They're bad.
The roster is terrible, man. And, you know, I mean, I have so much I could say.
They need to
The
make the trade.
The first thing is obviously there's no Falcon shooting, bro.
Yo,
And, you know, everyone
know-
on Twitter right now is probably killing Russell Westbrook for going 0 for 11. No one else fucking shot the
That's
ball.
what I
No one
was
made a
saying.
fucking shot.
That's what I was saying.
they're shooting
Pat-
19
yo,
of 85 in the first
Pat
2
Bev
games.
was
from
god
3.
awful in that game last night versus the Clippers. And honestly, man,
Nah, his defense was
honestly,
crazy.
man, hear me out. Russell Westbrook's defense was arguably better.
The best
It
he's
was.
ever played. I
For
think,
3
honest to
straight
God.
possessions, Russell Westbrook put Kawhi Leonard on clamps. And
All
then
right,
when a
those
minute,
are bad entry passes too.
it doesn't matter. It was great
Clay
plays,
still good
great
defense.
hustle plays,
Forced him
great
to be bad
energy.
entry passes.
Great energy.
No,
Yeah,
for
he was
sure. Yeah,
bodying
yeah,
the
yeah.
shit out of him, bro. He was playing physical. He wanted to play defense.
I know
Yeah.
he looked like he
Well,
wanted. to
and he
play
was getting the crowd
He
hype.
knows
And then
that
when a
he's
minute left
not-
in the
yeah.
game, they took him out of the game.
I really do
And it's just
think
it's sad, man.
can't
It's
do
sad
that.
for
You
us,
can't do
man.
it
that.
upsets me because I know that he's
I know he
going
was
to
shooting
hit.
0 for 11. I know he couldn't fall. There was one play where they gave him the ball like 15 seconds on the shot clock, and this man really
I was
just
about to say it.
dribbled
Dribbled all
around,
around
I was about to
and then
bring it
went
up.
to the mid range and got
Yes,
blocked.
and got
and
blocked,
it was
bro. That
and
was
He was
ugly.
wide open for the 3 too
I
at
know.
the start of
On
it.
I know.
The start of the
And
possession,
I
yeah.
seen it, and he
And
faked
not
it
even-
and then took Zubac, and he looked
Mhm.
quick off the first step, and I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna cook him and score here.
But
Not-
Zubac
Because
was
it
at
was
the
right
free
after
throw
he
line,
got
bro.
it stopped. I thought he was
Not
gonna
only
pull the
did
midi.
he not, not only did
I
he
thought
not
he was
shoot the
gonna pull
open
the
3,
midi off the rip.
he didn't even drive in, pull the midi. Then he goes to the corner, takes a fadeaway mid range, and just airballs.
Yeah,
No, he
got
got
blocked.
blocked.
Such
He got blocked.
And you know,
I don't-
my reaction to that was just, man, I feel bad for
It's
Russ
bad.
because he fucking, you know,
it's in his
say
head.
what you want about Russ, man. He busted his ass on defense.
did.
It's on,
He
in
knew
that
he
game.
had to.
Well, he
He
knew
really
he
did.
wasn't contributing on
Bro,
offense.
he
so he needed
played-
But
to
that's
do more
what they want
defense.
from, you know, that's the thing that gives me hope though for Russell. If he stays there, I really don't want him to stay there. But
Me neither.
No.
if he's gonna stay there, if they could get him to buy in and do all the little things and just be a winning player, make winning plays, and it changes things
You
a
know,
little
he
bit.
really didn't. He was missing good shots.
Yes,
Like it was flow of the offense.
he's not
type
gonna
shots.
shoot 0 for 11 that
No,
often.
no,
like,
and I mean
it-
he missed
I
some.
should hope so.
The only
Oh.
issue is he's missing bunnies right
He
now,
is
and
missing
he's
bunnies.
been
Yeah.
missing bunnies the last
He's
couple.
in his head. We all
last
know.
couple
Mhm.
weeks.
He's been missing bunnies.
I really do think and the unfortunate.
But you have
truth is
you have no wing defense. You
They
have
have nothing.
he's going to
you
get
have
traded.
honestly no playmaking outside of LeBron.
Nothing.
I don't know if you have no wing defense. Juan Toscano is a great wing defender.
How much?
But-
Do you really
Well,
want
but he
Juan
can't
Toscano
shoot.
out there?
You don't want him
And
playing.
you have
Look, I mean, if
he
I'm
looked
being- we're
good
talking about
yesterday in the
defense, that's
little
it. Yeah.
limited minutes, but in the grand scheme of things,
And Lonnie
as
Walker was
as-
defending
Lonnie
his
Walker
ass
is
off
good.
too, bro.
He's good. He's the
he's a
one
good
bright spot
player.
there.
He's gonna fill the Malik Monk role
Yeah.
from last year better, but
He
still
looks
the
good.
ro-
I don't know
I'm
about
telling-
shooting, but
The
aside from
roster just stinks, man. Like
Yeah.
we're not praising them, bro. We're not doing that right now. I don't give a shit.
No.
They
I know
are
none of them
god-awful.
can shoot.
No,
but
they're
AD
horrible,
really
horrible.
can't shoot.
AD is
bro.
the worst
No,
shooter in
AD
basketball.
AD was shooting the three pretty fucking.
He made
well
them last night, but like he's the worst shooter in
He's
basketball.
been the
over
worst
last 2
shooter
years.
the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
The past two
He's
games,
efficient.
AD's been doing his thing though. I think.
In game one, no. All right.
I'm
Game
gonna be
one, he
honest.
wasn't
Game
shooting
one,
well in
game
everyone's
one.
saying AD was good in game
Yo,
one.
really
I
he
didn't
was
fucking
god
see the
awful.
same
Yeah,
game
let's
that all of you did.
let's talk
He
about it, bro.
dropped a quiet 27.
AD
He didn't play
starts
bad.
the game aggressive and then
Played good
Falls
defense.
off
gets
so quick.
banged up a little bit
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
settles for jump shots
Yep.
every single possession
Yep.
down the stretch of the game.
Defensively, he
He-
was great.
Yeah.
In that game versus the Clippers last night, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't see it down the stretch. I didn't watch the first half of the game because I was at work. I watched the second half of the game in its
Was
totality.
watching the Yankee game.
AD got hurt in the beginning of the second half. He fell on his back, which obviously stinks. I hope that's nothing. They had the heating pad on. Dude landed right on his back,
That hurt.
which is
Yeah,
one of
saw
those
that.
scary falls. But
Saw that.
got back in the game. And maybe that played a part in it. But bro, Zubac was killing him down
Yeah,
the
he
stretch
had
of
a
the
good game.
game.
Bro,
Zubac killed him.
Yeah.
bro,
Killed him.
on the offensive glass. He was fucking dominant,
Mhm.
bro. And
Scoring in
Zubac's
the
a
paint.
good fucking
Killed
player,
him.
by
Dropped
the
like
way.
15.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
down the stretch
Over
of that
10
game,
boards.
to me, AD was invisible, and this is a trend for Anthony Davis. And as
Yeah.
long as that is what's going on, the Lakers have no chance, they have no chance to make the playoffs, bro. I'm telling, that's my overreaction. I feel like the Lakers are a borderline playing team right now. I could almost name you 10 teams in the Western Conference that are guaranteed better.
That stopped. Out
So-
of nowhere.
So press it again.
Thank you. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna just give one of mine away because I'm not gonna reiterate the same thing you just said. My overreaction was pretty much the same thing I said. If they don't trade for a shooter, there's no chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they have to make this Buddy Hield trade.
Yeah.
You know,
They
the sad
have
truth. The
to.
sad truth of it is the fact that Russ is going to have to be involved in that trade.
It's fine though.
I think if I think
Yeah,
it would have
Cody.
been good if somehow, some way, Russ was not in that trade, and you have Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, Russell Westbrook, LeBron, AD. It would be cool. I think that this is the Yo, my phone just keeps stopping. Whatever. It might be out of space, and I cleared space, so I don't even know how.
Someone
Thumbnail
put their phone
right
there.
now.
What
Dean
happened?
Ortiz, put your phone there, maybe.
You want to get like
Ortiz
5 minutes?
needs
You
it.
want to get
Ortiz
5
needs
minutes of video?
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
All right,
Try and
no
hit
clips
play
it
one
is.
more time, bro.
Let's see what happens. Someone keep talking, please.
If anything, Dean, just put your phone.
All right, say an
Um,
overreaction, bro.
Oh, all right. The other side of that game, John Wall looks fucking.
Well, who was on
great.
the other side of that game?
The Clippers were on
Nice.
the other side of that game.
Wow.
What? Oh, it's not right. So when do you guys put your phone? I don't know.
Yeah.
John Wall looks great. He looks like he's at least like 80% back to what he was. And if he's that, the Clippers are going to be scary in the playoffs and for the rest of the season. And they will win it all. I think it's that simple. Because my other title pick does not look good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to get to that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
my
the
title
Clippers
pick
look
doesn't
very,
great right now.
very good.
Okay.
The few minutes Kawhi played looked solid, cool.
Yo, I just wanted to
Um,
mention something about that.
He looks rusty.
Kawhi was bitching, yo.
But he
I
was.
feel like
I s-
Kawhi
he
isn't
never
that
does.
type of guy.
No, he has. He's
Yeah?
always been yes.
I feel like he
and
was
I'm
a
a
little
massive
extra.
Kawhi
Yeah.
fan. He's always
Because I feel like I never noticed that normally, but the last night, like he was. I mean, Russ was, like I said, Russ was being super, super physical with him. Hey,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Whoa.
He was touching him all over the place,
I
like
mean-
all over his body.
no.
Um,
real
but
talk.
They were going
Kawhi
hard
was
in the paint.
fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like.
There
like-
were moments where he just bodied dudes up. Where he
Yeah.
was just throwing dudes
Yeah,
off
but
him and
Kawhi
stuff.
was just.
Throwing
I don't know. Kawhi was just
Throwing
bitching
ass.
to the rest of me, which
I think part of it was just that it's his first game back in,
Yeah.
in what?
Rusty.
A year and a
Throwing it
half,
back
you
on
know?
Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
So
But yeah, no,
Um,
Kawhi's always bitched. I promise you, just from watching him, he's always been the type to
all
complain.
right. So, what's
Every
your
superstar in the league.
overreaction, brother?
All right. So my first overreaction was related to the team that we had as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it was that the Sixers won't even be a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference.
I have one with the
They're
Sixers
called
also.
overreactions for a reason.
Yeah.
Do we legitimately believe half of those?
Yeah, I mean, this
you
is
definitely
just-
believe yours.
This
Obviously.
is just stuff based on what we've
What we've
seen,
seen
in
so
the first
far.
week so
One
far.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's literally
Most
been
of the teams
one
only
game.
played one
Two
game.
games.
The
One to
Sixers
two
played
games.
2
two
games.
for the Sixers. But my thing was, and this pissed me off, and I mentioned it to Trincali last night. This Sixers offense looks like an awful lot like the fucking Houston Rockets
Yeah.
offense.
It's just James
Back
Harden.
when James
ISO.
Harden was the superstar for them. And I don't
That's exactly what I said.
understand how that
gonna be.
even makes
Like,
Yo,
sense.
Joel- Embiid looks
listen,
non-existent.
listen
They
to
could
me.
be the best.
I know
pick and
Joel
roll.
Embiid was super, super good last year, and maybe
He's been horrible through the first 2 games.
and you know, maybe I wasn't watching enough last year and the year before, but Embiid to me, it's always the same. It's the same story as fucking Anthony Davis, dude. It's the same fucking story. You start the game super, super aggressive, and you just phase out and settle. I didn't watch them last
it was
night
less
because
so
I was
last year.
at work.
Less so
But
last year.
first game versus who'd they play in the first game? The Celtics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Down the stretch, he
No.
was non-existent,
You know,
bro.
it is funny though that the first 2 games of the season have been against the 2 guys who have given Embiid the most fits.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Lopez
he'll
and Al
be
Horford.
fine. He'll be fine. He is who he is for a
I-
reason. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna get back. Like
I want
obviously.
to finish.
Yeah,
this
can I
real
say
quick.
something about the
Yeah, go
Sixers,
ahead.
bro? You know, we had them as a title contender as long as because I told you guys I had Philly as an overreaction too. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
a different one because you were saying them. But what I was gonna say was, as long as Doc Rivers is the coach, they are not a title contender.
Completely agree
That's
with that.
fair.
And I
Um,
really thought about it. And I know me and you stand the same on this. What does Doc Rivers even do as a coach? What is his philosophy? What is his
What's his offense?
What is his yeah?
What
I
is-
mean, the
what is
offense
his
is fucking
offense?
terrible, bro.
Garbage.
the
I
offense
mean,
is
like I said, I didn't watch last
Garbage.
night, but the first game, bro, the offense was fucking
bad.
god awful, bro. And
They're-
you know, this is what I mean. I've always said it. Why I enjoy watching college basketball more than watching the NBA.
There's
These
flow.
and especially now, these offenses are so fucking stagnant, and especially down the stretch of games.
That's why
there
it's
is
so
no
fun to watch the
fucking move.
Warriors, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fun to watch the
Yes.
Warriors,
Yeah.
bro. And that's why they've consistently been so dominant. Of course, you have your shooters in Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Of course, you have that. But like, bro, Jordan Poole, same thing.
And I know,
the
like,
way
you
they
ha-
run off screens and they
It's
get
just
everything
perfect.
offensive.
It's just the
Oh
system.
my god!
And I know you
You
have
need your
these
guys to
guys,
buy in.
Trunks has
Embiid
it as his
and
second
James
seed.
Harden, who are elite, you know, give me the ball and get
One-on-one
out of the
guys,
way.
yes.
Yes, elite one-on-one guys. But it's just like, bro, as a coach, throughout the course of this is what makes teams great. When you could get your superstars easy
Yeah.
buckets throughout the course of the game, you have to get them in some type of
Yeah.
rhythm. There's no reason for Joel Embiid. And like I said, I didn't watch the game, so I'm not going to say that much.
No,
but
he was
there's
bad.
no reason for Joel Embiid to have the stat line he had. And you could tell me if I'm wrong if you guys watch.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just wasn't getting any
So I was
easy
about to-
buckets throughout the
no,
game.
I was
Any
about to say,
baskets
Brooke
he
was
did
giving
make,
him
um,
fits.
I
Any-
just looked. He shot 38%
6
from
of
the
19,
field.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, 30%.
and I'm
from the
sure
field.
any basket he did make was super, super tough.
He shot 22%.
But I was
from
about to
three.
say the one
Jeez.
bright spot of the Sixers is Harden looks like he's finally comfortable again.
Okay,
Yeah.
And he's taking a lot of shots, but we just got to get the rest of the
And
team
you know what the
involved
issue
now.
with that is?
That's
it's
the only
also
problem.
the issue
It's
because
the Houston
they just
offense.
hand him the ball.
Yeah,
and
and he
tell
says
him
go to work.
away.
I'm the
but-
biggest James Harden truther. That's
I
literally like.
He definitely
Wait,
looks
let me
better.
just make this point.
He looks better, yeah.
He's one of my 5 favorite basketball players of all time. Like,
Yeah.
I love James Harden, bro. You have to look to shoot a pull-up mid-range off the fucking screen.
That's
No,
what
he
I was
is.
about to
He
say.
is. No, he is. He
Yesterday
is.
he was a mid-range
Bro,
assassin.
he was a mid-range assassin.
He was
game-
taking every
Watch
mid-range.
him.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying,
yes.
bro.
Me
In
and him were
game
saying-
one, it was
yeah.
just the threes and
No,
floaters,
bro.
and I was
He looked
watching,
good.
and it was just like, bro, pull the
No,
mid-range.
me and
Okay.
He
me and
looks
him
good
were-
yesterday.
Me and him were saying, yo,
Because in
like,
game one, they were playing super duper drop coverage, and
Bro.
yeah, you want to go to the floater in the lob, but you when they're giving you that much space, you have to be able to just shoot a
let me
pull-up
get
mid.
this in real quick.
Most of his
and-
points are mid-range.
And then I'm going to take a step back. My thing was he looked great and he took more mid-ranges last night than he probably did in 3 years in Houston.
Yeah.
That's how it looked.
Yeah.
Also, why do you have Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris on your basketball team? I just don't get where they fit in if you're going to play ISO ball with James Harden and Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey or Tobias Harris are fucking good basketball players. And my thing is, you're turning these dudes into spot-up shooters that occasionally will attack a closeout off the dribble. Why have these guys? Why eventually? You're going to pay Maxey eventually. So you best fucking give these guys a shot to do something on offense. I don't know. Set a pin down for Tobias Harris to hit a fucking mid-range shot or something off Joel Embiid.
Just
So maybe he gets
anything
a
on
slip.
offense,
Bro,
man.
give me something
Anything on
where you get
offense, yeah.
these two involved in
Yeah.
some sort of way, bro, because they're so good and they're such talented basketball players that you can use them early in a game, get them in rhythm, and then if anything, you close the game out with Joel Embiid and James Harden because they have enough energy to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a waste.
It's
There's
true.
literally no reason
Through two
for those
games.
guys.
I'd be concerned if I was a Sixers
Maxey
fan.
and Toby were good in the first game,
Yeah.
They were,
but they're not getting involved.
No, I'd be concerned if I
It's
was
like-
a Sixers fan.
Yeah, it's like they choose on a nightly basis who they want to go to. They just got
Shout
to
out.
put it all together.
Shout out Larry, bro. My boy from Farrell. He said Maxey's going to be good this season. I would agree if their offense had any sort of structure and actually got Tyrese Maxey the ball. I think he's
I know,
capable of
like-
averaging 25, but
Yeah, I
That's
don't
a
agree with
good-
you
I don't know
that
about
they
that.
won't be a top 5 seed, but
it was an overreaction.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
We know.
they, as long as things remain the way they are, they're no, like, to me, they're not a real contender, and I would be super duper concerned.
I
I think
agree.
after what I've seen in 2 games, they are going to severely underperform this year.
Yeah. The only good thing is that their bench is deeper for
Okay,
sure.
Let's,
They look
okay,
good on
Ortiz?
that.
let's get to you
Um,
guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ortiz.
please.
So
Ortiz, go.
Oh yeah,
You
we already
gave one.
So I focus on more like individual
I was
players.
gonna.
I'm gonna say Zion's gonna finish top 10 in MVP voting after what I saw.
10 is
Top 10,
get more bold.
Come on, roll.
Get more bold.
top 7. I said
Get
top
more
7.
bold.
All right, he's winning MVP.
There
Let's
you go.
Yes.
Tell us, talk to us.
Let's
now,
go.
Now,
Why?
now we're talking, bro.
Yeah. I didn't really watch. I watched bits and pieces of the game. I watched the highlights. I watched what
Yeah.
Zion did. The Pelicans did dick down the Nets. I was
Yeah.
watching. I was at
Okay.
work, so I was watching that in the Knicks game. Knicks look real good.
We're going to get into that.
But
I mean, yeah, we'll get to
Dean
it. We'll get
Dean
to
has
it.
we'll
something.
get to it.
We'll get into
So
it.
we're going to get
Dean, you
into
got
it.
something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
is
So
that- wait,
No, no, no,
Zion,
no,
bro.
I thought you
Come
were
on,
talking about
Zion,
I'm
bro.
not saying that
Oh,
right
Zion.
now. No. I want to hear this.
I think
No.
Well, I'm very high on Zion because dynasty team.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's my cornerstone. And for just what Zion can do on the defensive side of the ball with because he got 4 steals that game against the Nets. He was putting on a clinic.
Yeah.
Just driving and getting to the paint at will.
He
In an
gets to the
off-ball
paint.
roamer roll on defense, Zion could be fucking destructive.
Mhm.
Yes, he can, and
And
he's
he-
shown what he could do.
Yeah, I mean, getting to the rim at will. I mean, once he got past the fucking 3-point line, the Nets defenders looked at him like he had fucking 5 heads.
Yeah, they didn't
looked
know what the
they had
fuck
no
to do.
clue what
You
to do.
couldn't. You
And
couldn't.
there
do
was no
anything.
he's
stopping.
in the best shape he's been obviously in his
Bro,
NBA career.
he
He
is
looks like he's back in
It's
his
not even just
in high
looking
school.
at him; it's just the way he's moving.
the way
man.
Yeah.
he
looks
he's
He
moving
looks
like he's back in
quick
high
and
school.
just-
She
Like,
the
I
His
mean,
way
first year
move.
in the Duke.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
mean,
he's looking.
yeah, like Zion obviously is always gonna have balance, but it's not even just the he looks springy, man. His
Yeah.
jumps look quick, his feet look quick. His
You know
feet
who
look like
else?
he's
good.
moving.
You know who
really
else
quick.
really made me happy that game?
Who made
Brandon
you
fucking
happy?
Ingram, man.
Yeah, bro, the whole team
Yo.
looked good.
Brandon
They
fucking
look
Ingram,
good.
man.
I mean,
said it, they're
Zion was so
nice.
good, but like
Yo,
Brandon Ingram's the
Brand-
guy,
Chris
bro.
was a
I'm
BS.
I
sorry.
was
and I were
dead
talking
ass-
about
Brandon
this, yeah.
Ingram's the guy, bro.
I was dead ass thinking during that game. Kevin Durant is looking in a mirror right now, in a way,
Yeah.
because no, Brandon Ingram isn't Kevin Durant. We know that, but
Yeah,
the
he's
shots
Brandon
that
Ingram.
he was making,
Bro.
just the
yeah.
turnaround fadeaways
Yo,
over dudes that
it's
are
crazy.
twice his
He's
size,
one of
like
those guys.
3-4 inches taller than him. I'm like, bro, that's tough. Like, that's tough. When you have a guy like that and CJ that can just make any shot in any given moment, and then Zion's just gonna bully everybody, bro. It is.
No, Brandon
that-
Ingram is really one
I'm
of those
actually gonna
guys.
say
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention them in a second as well,
Yeah.
but I'll let you guys continue.
Yeah. All right, Dean.
I was gonna say, Paolo is the next LeBron James.
All right. So
okay,
I also have a Palo
I also have
Okay,
a Paolo
overreaction.
they give him.
he's
bro,
LeBron
he's
James.
exactly what we were talking about before the season starting. with Orlando needing the guy to take the shots. He's the fucking guy. They give him the
Yeah.
ball at the top of the key. He does his fucking thing. He gets other people involved. He gets fucking rebounds down low. He plays good defense.
passer.
Good transition defense. He moves
Very good
well.
passer.
He's gonna run away
I
with Rookie
mean-
of the Year.
I
That's
mean,
first.
You know,
he
what's
off.
one thing I
looks
really like
very
Um,
ready.
from watching. I watched the condensed game. I actually watched his touches. I did that feature.
Yo,
where
I
you
gotta
could
give you
watch-
guys this website where you can watch the full NBA games back because I was doing that with the T-Wolves.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ain't watching the full.
So,
I,
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
I'm
miss a
sitting
game, I'm
here
not watching the
watching
full game.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching
Oh, I-
the condensed game, or I'm watching a specific player's touches.
Mhm.
Because you could do that.
Yeah.
I watched Paolo's touches. They you guys are gonna see this throughout the year when we talk about basketball. Thing I'm very high on is getting your superstars easy buckets. They got
Mhm.
Paolo a shit ton of easy buckets. Obviously he had a shit ton of fucking tough buckets, but they got him a good amount of easy buckets throughout the game, and that's only gonna help his confidence throughout the season if you're doing that with your star player that you're grooming to be the franchise guy.
Yeah.
Get him
Yeah.
as easy as looks as you can.
If he's playing like that all season, the Magic have a good chance to make the
and
playoffs.
they
I
still
think.
lost to the Pistons.
Was
Yeah,
lost to the
I know it was
Pistons.
crazy because they started the game. It was like
Yeah.
25 to
the game,
5.
yeah. Started
like
the
that.
game. Yo, I'm not gonna
I was
cap you. I
like,
watched
oh.
the first few minutes and I was like, yo,
Yeah, me too.
I was
The
wrong.
Pistons are ass.
but
But,
now they
um,
stayed composed, man.
Yeah,
Shout
my
out to Pistons.
overreaction was that Paolo, if not next year, this season can be an all-star.
I actually have that too. I actually have he is an
Nah,
all-star lock
get-
this
get
season.
Not a
bold, yeah,
lot,
get
but
bold,
he
bro.
can be. Yeah,
If he's playing like that,
My
bro, if he's-
boys,
I mean,
yeah.
if he's putting up
He's
25,
MVP,
5,
fine.
and 5, bro,
Yeah.
he's
Hey man,
um,
Dean's brother over there is also a very.
I was about to
Franz looked
say,
really
yeah,
good, bro.
France played really good.
That was
Suggs
one of my
played
hot
really
takes,
good.
yo.
I don't know.
that-
Tell your
Jack-
brother
Jack
congrats.
sucks, but
Tell your brother congrats, man.
was Jack
Um,
sucks.
nah, Jack hit his first home run a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
Let's go.
Let's go, Jack.
Shout out Jack.
Then he hit his second home run the day after.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Jack
Shout
went
out-
on a fucking
I know.
tear.
He's
Shout
on
out
the
Jack.
juice.
Nah, he was very excited about that.
Good for him, bro.
Congrats,
Congrats, Jack.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good
If
job.
you ever
Jack.
watched this, congrats, Jack.
But yeah, man.
But
Shout out Paolo,
Even
bro.
Very much.
Bobo's
Shout out
getting
Paolo.
his chance. He played 10
Yo,
minutes.
I
the
know.
other
No,
night.
I'm so
I ju-
happy for
I
that.
dropped him in Dynasty, bro.
Oh,
Someone
you
picked him up?
sold.
I don't
you
know,
pick him up?
I
Someone
put
picked-
in a claim.
You got him. Yeah,
I got
yeah,
him.
you
Let's
got him.
fucking
I had to
go.
drop him. They were like, "Yo, you have one player
Yeah.
on your taxi squad that can't be on your taxi squad." And I
Yeah,
just,
me too.
I didn't have a roster.
Bro,
spot
I had
for
to
him.
drop Leangelo. He was going to be along for the ride. He was going to come for the ride,
Yo,
but like,
I still,
he's gone now.
Miles
Yo,
Bridges
and
on your
you know
team, too.
another thing, yo,
Yeah.
don't everyone watching, don't do Dynasty fantasy basketball on Sleeper. It's the stupidest thing I've ever been a part of.
Bro,
I mean,
I
Yeah,
just
you
don't
guys
like
are
I
both
just
saying it.
don't
I don't get it.
like
What's wrong
Dynasty.
with you?
I feel like
I
it's
don't
the
like
way you do
Everyone
it.
give
Yo,
me a
I
first
think
round
the
pick.
picking.
I don't like fantasy
I have to
basketball.
pick a game.
I
You don't
think
like
the
that?
selecting your, if we're gonna do it
I
like
hate
that,
it.
where you
I
only get
hate it.
points for one game, then
Wait, you have
just
to
make.
select a game?
Yeah. Whoa, time out.
Well,
You
they
didn't
give
know
you
that?
they
No.
give you right. They give you the week schedule and
Yeah,
you pick
bro.
a game. Which
You have to
one.
pick
But
one.
you
Oh, I
have to
quit.
pick it
I quit.
before.
The Shields, I quit.
I think if it's
It's not
gonna be
that
like
bad.
that, where you only get points for one game, you should just automatically get points for the game that they score
For
the
the
most
best game.
points. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that another time.
That's
we
cool.
got to get
Yeah,
into
yeah,
But
that.
that's part of being a fantasy
Overreactions.
manager, no?
I guess that's what the Shields are
It
saying.
adds
The strategy. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
So,
fuck
so your
strategy.
next
My
overreaction.
team sucks to begin with, so let me do what I do.
Okay, so we'll get back into the
Let me
topic of the
do what I
Pelicans
do.
real quick. I just want to throw this out there. This is overreactions. The Pelicans are going to win the NBA title.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, we
I
just
love
said
it.
everything pretty much. They,
Yeah.
we're
And we don't
doing-
even
yeah.
need to talk more about that.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
didn't you say it before?
Bro, can I just say real-
Zion's winning MVP?
and of course, my type of player, fucking Herb Jones, man. Like,
Yeah.
like KD torched,
I was about to say
Him-
he had one of those blocks on KD.
but
Not many people block KD's jump
bro,
shot.
and it's not only
Zion had a
that.
block on
It's
KD.
not only that. Like Herb made life hell
Mm-hmm.
on him. Like he's a transcendent type defensive player that we're
He's a
witnessing. Like he could very much win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So
He's
just
gonna be in
putting
the
that out there.
conversation.
Like he's unbelievable.
Trey Murphy looked really, really good
yes,
too off the
six
bench.
threes,
man.
bro. 6 threes.
Shout out Trey Murphy, one of my most improved picks.
Nets need a big man. man.
Yeah. Speaking of one of my most
Yeah.
improved picks, one of my hot takes was that the Indiana Pacers backcourt is going to be the best backcourt in the NBA 5 years from now. I know they
Tyrese
they
looked
lost
good.
again.
Tyrese.
Tyrese looked insane, and Ben Mathurin, man,
Yeah.
I'll talk up Ben Mathurin every time I get the chance to. Ben Mathurin is like, he's just a perfect basketball player, man. He rarely makes mistakes. He could get to the basket at will. He has the ball on the string on the handle. He's an above average defender. Like
You know, usually those players that don't make mistakes are usually the ones that aren't that athletic, bro.
Ben
he's
Mathurin
a
could jump out of the
fucking
gym, bro.
freak
No,
athlete.
he looked really, really, really good. And I think they're fit together. They're two guys who have size. They're long. We got a
Don't
caller.
be Verizon, please.
Hello. Who's
Yo.
this?
It's Christian Vamo.
What's up,
Yo, what up, Christian?
How's everything?
Oh,
We're
everything's
doing
going
good.
Love
man.
you, Christian.
What's going on?
So, what'd you think about the Lakers last night, buddy?
My God, bro. Listen, I've been telling people this. I'm going to keep saying it. Until this team makes a trade, I'm not going to take this roster seriously. It's just that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Okay, so
There's no way around it. This team, that's the worst shooting team I've ever seen in my life.
what was it? 18 for what?
18
for 80.
19 for 85.
Oh, 19 for 85.
What a stat, man.
Like this, the Lakers actually they didn't even. They're better in a lot of areas. That is like defensively when they get out and run.
Yes. They're athletic. They're athletic.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said it on the broadcast last night, especially last night compared to game one. They essentially did everything right that you need to do to win a
Yes.
game besides make shots.
That score. Yeah.
yeah. It's depressing seeing this though.
I mean, and I mentioned it earlier when we spoke about them. I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts about Russell, but that was one of, if not the best defensive game I've seen Russell Westbrook play since he's been in LA. He really looked locked in on defense. And, if you're going to take anything out of the first two games, I think that's one bright spot. If he's going to be on the roster, then at least he was trying on defense, because that's something we didn't see last year.
No, I was talking to Sully. I said, I think that's the best defensive game I've ever seen him play.
They,
Honestly.
I saw a report that they're not going to make a move till like 20 games in, but they can go fucking
I
5
heard
and
Thanksgiving.
15 like
I heard
easily.
Thanksgiving they won't make a
Right.
move till
They
Thanksgiving.
could easily be 3 and 17, 5 and 15, and that's just not good, obviously.
The Lakers can't afford to wait 20 games.
I
when they
agree.
Look at their
Exactly.
schedule.
Exactly.
They'll fall way too deep in the standings, and to make up that in the West with all those good teams, I can't wait 20 games. So that's the problem. That's why, honestly, the more they lose, I think the more pressure gets put on the front office to make the deal quicker.
Yep.
Of course.
Especially the more they
Like-
shoot like this.
Especially in a
Yeah.
big market like
Well,
that. in
Pelinka
Los
knows his
Angeles.
job's on the line right now.
Yeah.
Is it? They
Not.
just
I mean,
extended him,
They
dude.
did- oh,
Yeah.
His
I
job is
think
not
so,
on the
didn't
line.
They could
but
still. They
They can
fire
still
him.
fire him, but he's going to make money regardless. So
I think. I don't know. If he
continue,
fumbles,
Christian.
Extend the guy who did that. But that's why the Lakers, I always say that they run their team like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
There's no spirit at all. Everyone's friends, everyone's family. There's no hierarchy system that goes on there. So, until that changes, these problems will continue to happen. But you're just hoping that I don't care what happens post LeBron in LA. I'm not a Lakers fan. I could care less. But you have LeBron James right now on your team, and the last 2 years, the roster that has been put around him is an absolute joke. And yeah, LeBron deserves some blame, but it's not his job. Every superstar signs off on teams is on moves and stuff. So to put the blame on LeBron completely is a joke. Because LeBron, if he had more control, this team wouldn't look like this. He doesn't have as much control as he had in Cleveland.
Nope.
Right.
Yep. I agree with
And if
that.
you look at Miami, that was still a time where LeBron, he went up top. He said, "I don't want to go." Pat Riley laughed in his face, and they kept him, and then they went to 4 straight finals.
Yeah.
So LeBron, I'm not saying him with all the power is the greatest thing in the world, but when he went to Cleveland, he said, "Listen, give me this, give me that." They went to 4 straight finals, so he knows what it takes to win. The secret of winning around LeBron is not. It's not a secret anymore.
Yep.
You put shooting around him. The team plays, but I don't know what they do. They have 5 guards. I don't understand what this team.
It's right in front of their face.
Yeah,
It just
they
makes
just-
no. I mean,
It's
I
not-
know
they're just not
you agree.
grabbing it.
Like, it just makes no sense. It's made no sense since honestly since he's got in LA. It's made no sense. The front office has been questionable since he got there. Just almost every move they make, it just has a question
they're
mark
like
around it.
overthinking everything.
Christian, I'm pretty sure you posted it yesterday. The one trade, obviously, it literally does exactly what you need in both aspects.
So the thing is, right when the Lakers signed Damian Jones, Thomas Bryant, I was like, you know what? They might have a nice center rotation. Well, first Thomas Bryant, I don't know, he had a thumb war with Dennis Schroeder or something, but they both broke the same freaking thumb. And then you have Schroeder, or whatever, he's out, and then you have Damian Jones, who he had a nice 2-week stretch. I don't know if people remember 2 years back. We were waiting on Drummond to come, and we assigned him to a couple 10 days, and he's balling out. And he doesn't look like that guy anymore. So forget about that. The Lakers need a center. Number one, they need a center because AD's scared to play the 5. He doesn't like playing the 5. And number 2, for injury insurance, in case AD gets hurt, because game 2, the guy falls on his back.
No, he literally looked scared to play center last night.
Bro, he got
it
bitched
looked
around by
like Zubac
Zubac.
put
Anthony
fear
Davis.
into
He
his
got
eyes.
bitched around by Zubac.
So that's the problem. The Lakers rebounding is such an issue. They can never finish a possession. Like they'll play great defense and they give an offensive rebound. And if it's not the offensive rebound, it's them committing a foul with 0.5 on the clock after they just called it up like crazy. So the Lakers need a center. I didn't think this coming in, but after 2 games, they need a center. Oh, Miles Turner's right there. Oh, wait, he can spread the floor too. Oh, wait, he's one of the best defensive guys in the league. Oh, wait, they need a shooter too. Oh, how about Buddy Hield, who led the league in 3-point makes for the last 5 years? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And the looks he's going to get. You see the looks the Lakers are getting? Yeah, some of it is they're leaving them open, but they're getting good looks when they collapse the defense.
They're wide open.
He's not missing those. Yes, he'll have some off shooting nights, just like every shooter does. But that trade for the value that you can get back, and you're getting rid of Russ, which is already addition by subtraction in my estimation. I do not care about those picks. The Lakers have picks every year up until 27. They have every day picks after 29. Like they have their picks. I don't want this notion that people think that the Lakers don't have picks. And when have the Lakers ever built through the draft? Tell me. Shaq was a trade. Okay? Kareem was a trade.
Kobe was a trade, but it was technically a draft in a way.
Technically. So my point is like, this idea that they have all these homegrown guys, that's not true. The Lakers have won championship because of what they've done via trade. It's LA. People come through free. LeBron came free via free entry. Anthony Davis, trade championship.
Yep.
So, like, they don't need picks. Like, the Lakers also, like, they're not, like, historically amazing, like, not amazing drafters. Like, we're like, they're all right. But it's like, dude, stop it. Please. The Lakers need to trade those 2 picks for Russ. You go make the deal. Yeah, you have to make it now. You cannot wait. People like I have no doubts. I think the tanking this year for Wembanyama is going to be insane, and I know that teams are going to start trying to lose midseason when they realize that damn we tried to win but it's not working. But the Lakers can't afford to wait for maybe a better fit. I can't think of a better fit than what this team has right now with Hield and Turner. But
there isn't one.
Granted, you can't look at it and be like, oh man, we could have gotten this guy. But you have to be able to win games coming out. Granted, Warriors and Clippers are a tough 2 games to start your season out. You look at Philly. Like Philly actually hasn't played. Well, Embiid had a bad night, but they had 2 hard games. They had Celtics, and then they had Bucks. It's hard, They're 0-2, but it's tough out here, man. It's really tough. This is depressing to see.
All right, Christian, we appreciate
Thanks,
you.
appreciate
calling.
it, brother.
We'll see what the Lakers do.
Let's
The
go,
Lakers,
LeBron.
one thing they'll always be is super duper interesting, and I'm sure everyone wants to see what
Always a
happens.
controversial topic.
Love you,
to talk
Christian.
See you,
Thanks,
man.
Christian.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
bro.
Thank you. What a guy.
All right.
Great fucking.
My
You
boy.
great
hit the
person.
nail on the head on every.
Oh
one of those
yeah.
points.
I mean, he's.
He's the Lakers. LeBron. He's the
he's-
LeBron guy.
yeah.
He's a LeBron
He's
guru.
LeBron. Yeah.
he knows his shit.
You
Basketball,
think if
he
LeBron
knows his shit.
approached Christian and said, "Yo, give me head,"
Bro.
think Christian?
Yes.
He wouldn't even think about
Yes.
Have you asked him this before?
it. Probably.
We
I
should
don't
have asked
remember,
him on the
but,
phone.
but
I just thought of that now.
No, he
Yeah.
he
Nah, I
would.
love
Yeah,
Christian.
If
he would.
LeBron asked me, I'm not even that big of a LeBron fan. I would think
It's
about
just
it.
so big.
Right.
All right, dude. Yo.
oh yeah.
Yo,
what the fuck?
Just so king-like.
All right, let's get this last
So-
Yeah,
reaction in
let's
from
get it.
So
everybody.
royal.
I already
Sit
said
on
my
it like
3.
Yeah. All right,
said
so
your
we
three?
get in there.
Did you guys say all? You didn't
No.
say
Dean
all.
didn't.
I said
Dean, I
2 of
want
mine.
to. I want
I
to hear
said
this
2 of
last
mine.
I wanna
one
talk
from you,
about
'cause I
this.
saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we got to talk about the Knicks, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Oh,
Wait,
Cam
save the
Reddish?
Knicks. Let me get mine in real quick. Do you have one too?
I have
Let
one,
me
I
get
have one
mi-
about the Knicks.
Mine's
so.
gonna be really, really super duper
Go.
quick. DeMar DeRozan's gonna be all NBA again. He looked phenomenal.
nah, he looked
good.
great.
Yeah, he
Yo.
looked real good.
What did he drop? 37.
37 and
On
9
the dot,
assists.
yeah.
Yo, and I mean the thing was last year, DeMar DeRozan had his really insane stretch of basketball when Zach LaVine was out and first got injured.
Who was
So,
out first game?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I mean-
saying. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with the Bulls. But man, DeMar DeRozan's fun to watch,
Yeah.
dude. He's such a good basketball player.
Mhm.
It's
so
the
good
Brandon
at
Ingram.
controlling
The Brandon
game.
Ingram thing, like those guys who could control the game and just hit any shot on the floor. And we know DeMar can't really doesn't really make threes, but DeMar
I
inside
think
the
he
arc
hit 2,
is automatic.
yeah,
one or 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
When
yeah,
he's
DeMar's
hitting
the man.
threes, it's a scary sight. But like inside the arc, the man could get to his spot and make any single
How
shot on
about
the
Io?
floor. It's a great player.
Yeah.
Great player, dude.
bro. Well,
There goes
it's just that spot, bro. It's just
Ortiz,
that
you're up.
spot.
Let's get 5 minutes of
Nah,
footage.
it's all right
Yeah.
because
Well,
they're
yeah,
gonna talk.
I mean,
Knicks.
we're gonna
We're
put-
good.
No,
We're
we
talking about
want
the
to get
Knicks.
the
We
Knicks
need-
stuff. We need
yeah.
that.
All right. Well, up.
please. Yeah, I'll keep talking for a second while you do
Yeah.
that. Please.
Timberwolves, Rudy and Cat. Cat's playmaking to
Yo,
Rudy.
Yeah, we'll mention it quick.
I
Looking
actually,
good.
I find that funny that you said that because on the money, that's my third overreaction.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't say it. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, do that right now.
Rudy Gobert for MVP.
come on.
Period. I knew it was gonna
Yo,
trigger everybody on here, so I had to
Yo,
say it.
but Matt, they
Bro,
not
he
only-
looked great.
and they made it a point to get him involved in the
Oh,
offense.
for sure,
man. I
yeah,
mean,
for sure.
I didn't
he
watch
took
the
more
full-
shots. Yeah, he took more shots the other night than
When
he
he
ever did, I
had-
think, in Utah.
In last season, yeah, yeah, you're good.
Wait a little bit more.
I'll
slightly more.
just move over.
That's
There
good.
you go, perfect.
So the Timberwolves.
So first of all, they played a high school team, essentially, minus Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Bro, Shea and
Yeah,
Josh
Shea's
Giddey are
phenomenal.
so good at controlling an
Yeah.
offense, and it just makes me so sad that like they're surrounded by this fucking trash can of a team right now. Because man, Shea is so smooth, bro.
Mhm.
Like he gets to his spots effortlessly. I will say Anthony Edwards looked much improved on the defensive end. His ball pressure was very good.
You tough night shooter.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
He did. But if he does every other aspect of basketball, you could live with him having a bad night of shooting.
Yeah, that was
especially
the thing
way he's
with
gonna
him. That's
defend.
what we projected for him. We
And-
know he could score the ball.
And man, I fucking said it all off season.
We know
Jaden fucking McDaniels, bro.
Yeah.
Looked amazing.
I'm sick of hearing about Jaden.
Like I'm
bro.
just putting it out there. The two
Put
best
it out
players
there.
on the court for the Timberwolves were Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels.
no.
Put out there.
Yes,
D'Angelo Russell was phenomenal.
Jaden McDaniels is better than D'Angelo
I
Russell.
don't trust D'Angelo to do that every night, but yeah.
Jaden McDaniels
Trust
looked
Jaden McDaniels?
phenomenal.
Trust Jimmy McDaniels
He
more.
looked, bro, I absolutely
I mean,
trust that Jaden McDaniels can be a matchup
maybe.
nightmare and can make a bunch of fucking contested looks because that's what he was doing. And he's a good off-ball shooter. He looked amazing on defense, borderline elite on defense all night. Great weak side rebounder and stuff like that. Yo,
He played a great game, and as the
he's a
fifth op,
baller.
as the fifth option, and he's just gonna
He
get a
doesn't get
shit
better
ton
than
of
that.
easy
Yeah.
shots.
He doesn't
so,
get better than that. So
you know,
yeah, Rudy
and like
Gobert
we
for
said,
MVP.
I was just, I mean, we know Carl Towns at the 4. There's going to be times throughout it's a long 82 game season. He's going to get cooked on the perimeter. Like there's going to be a bunch of lowlights of Carl Towns getting cooked by
Yeah.
smaller guys, and that's
It
okay.
didn't really happen.
That's what you signed.
because-
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general. That's what you signed up for when you're doing this. So, but his passing was
Yo,
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Insane.
Yeah, I said it to
Phenomenal.
Ortiz when I went to go grab coffee. I said, "Yo, one of my overreactions, low key want to do it. Carl Anthony Towns is gonna lead the league in assists with the way he's passing the
wild.
fucking
But
ball,
yeah,
bro.
no, that high-low look thing. Rudy Gobert's gonna have a good time playing on this
Yeah.
team. The
I-
Timberwolves
He
are gonna
looked
be
happy.
Timberwolves are gonna be fun to watch.
The
man.
only
Yeah.
reason I say that, and obviously I'm overreacting, Rudy Gobert MVP, whatever. They looked terrible with him off the court and great with him on the court.
Yeah.
Like great. It was very obvious. I don't know if the plus minus says the same thing, but Rudy Gobert looked
See.
phenomenal when he was on the court. It looked
Yeah.
like they were way
Yeah.
better as a team.
Him and McDaniels were led the team in plus minus.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? I
was
didn't even
plus
look at the box
14 and
score.
Rudy was plus 13.
They looked
Don't
fantastic.
box
Those two
score.
looked at the best players on the court. Obviously, they won't be.
in the
But they looked at the two best players on the court,
Yeah.
and then Shea right there as well.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's what I got.
All right.
Let's go, Dean.
Let's
Let's
talk
get
about
into 'em.
our boys.
Dean and Ortiz, both of you have Knicks.
I was
Our
gonna say
boys.
Cameron Reddish should be in every game starter for
Yes.
the New York Knickerbockers. He made a huge shot at the end of the game to put him to overtime. He dropped 22 points. He looked
Bro.
solid.
3
Overtime,
steals.
he took this wild ass fucking 3 in the
Bro,
last 40
and
and
seconds.
he airballed.
I know.
He airballed.
Oh
It's
my
all right.
God.
I
Oh,
forgive
okay.
him. I
First game of
forgive
the
him for
season,
it.
he was
It's okay.
feeling himself. I'll
Yeah.
let him take that.
Yep.
fucking
Can we
Agreed.
just say and
Bro.
that's why Tom doesn't like him sometimes. But
Yeah.
I'll live with
You
that.
need
though.
that sometimes.
I
I'll
agree.
live with it.
he looked smooth. He was getting to the transition. He was fucking
Mhm.
dominant, bro.
Mhm.
I'm very
And that
excited
was
for him.
nice to see. The Knicks were running.
Yeah.
The Knicks
Yeah.
were running a
Yeah.
lot.
Yo,
this
I've
year.
been saying Cam Reddish is good. He just
The
needs
way
to-
they came
Yeah.
back in
First
that
of all,
game.
sure
I
we're
feel
all-
like we've
we're
all
all
said
all
Cam
said
Reddish.
it.
We've all said
Bro,
it. I
I
feel
love
like every
Cam.
Knicks
Love it.
fan ever.
I love
has said
Cam
that.
Reddish
Yes.
because he's
I
always
love
good
him.
in my team.
They were
He's
down
literally
by
a Paul
what
George
20,
clone.
came
Oh.
back. Like I saw
Yeah.
stuff out of the Knicks that I really liked.
So-
First half of the game,
All
definitely
right,
not great.
So
No.
Jalen Brunson
but-
changed his life.
All right.
We looked
And it saw it in
great
I'll
in the
say
second
some
half.
stuff about the Knicks. So one, Cam Reddish. What I was most impressed with was him getting to the basket. Thought he
Yep.
got to the basket
Mhm.
very effectively,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he looked like his finishing was pretty solid. He
Better.
made a
Yeah.
few tough shots. My thing with the Knicks, and it was always my thing with the Knicks, they just don't have the elite superstar to me. And, they're going to be fun this year. They could sneak into the playoffs. I know you guys have them projected as a playoff lock. I didn't see a playoff lock team in game 1. Definitely not. I know the Grizzlies are really good.
In all fairness,
if RJ plays half as much better, I think they look.
Yeah,
they win that game by
if
fucking 10.
RJ doesn't shoot 3 for 13.
My thing with
Ja
the Knicks
also
is
got away with the goaltending
Yeah,
and a foul
that one
on
hurt.
that same play.
That one hurt.
bad.
That was a clear
huge
foul,
momentum change.
and that was
that was
also
my
a
play of the week.
That was
Punch
also
that
my
shit.
play of the week. Yeah,
He punched that shit.
Punched it,
He also
bro. He
goaltended
climbed
that
on his
bitch.
back,
He
And
goaltended
he
the fuck
punched
out that
it.
bitch.
punched it. I mean,
After
there was
fucking
no call, so it wasn't
hitting
a
him
foul.
in the back of that
It was
head.
in the stat sheet. It was a block. So
Yeah,
quick,
I mean,
Yeah.
Quick
he didn't get a
fire-
foul call for
Quick
it.
fire on this.
But-
Jalen Brunson settled down the offense in the fourth quarter, which was something we
Mhm.
didn't have last season.
Yeah,
and
he looked
that
really
was
good.
the best part about it.
there were promising things.
He also missed 3 wide open threes in
Yeah,
overtime.
there were promising things. I saw a lot of the same shit from Julius Randle, though. I'm sorry, man.
Randle-
Julius
he
Randle.
Randle was
amazing.
better, a lot
played
better. I
great.
feel
I'm
like.
sorry. I saw a bunch of. He put up good numbers. He made some good shots. There was a bunch of fucking dumb
Step back,
shots.
sidestep
Yeah.
threes and shit. Yeah.
Shots
But-
that, bro. I know maybe you have to live with it, but like there were some shots that were just unnet. There was one really, really, really bad one.
Tom, I love you, buddy. He
One
said,
really,
"Yo,
really, really horrible.
He said, "I've been working all day. Just wanted to say that y'all are goated. Keep up the grind, fellas."
Love you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Love you, buddy.
Um,
Love you, buddy.
Yes, there
But-
were some of the same things, but there was also moments that I didn't see last season where Randall just said "fuck everybody" and put his head down and went through people.
That and there was
Kinda
plays
similar in a
where
Zion way.
he was passing out, he making great passes.
He
was
looked a lot
we
better as a
know, we
passer.
know
Yeah.
he's a capable passer. He's shown us that he's a capable passer. Yo, he's shown us that he's a capable passer. I don't know. You guys are just higher than the Knicks on the Knicks than I am. I'm a certified Knicks hater
Nah,
because you
Nick-
guys all love
Knicks-
Knicks. I
Knicks
can't deal with Knicks fans in
Nick's
general.
pessimism, I did not like how obviously RJ played. Oh my lord.
Yeah, he had a bad game. But
that-
you
I
gotta
think he
expect that's
will be
not
better.
gonna. Yeah,
But Jesus Christ, there was one play where he pulled up for a mid-range jumper and nobody touched the ball and he threw it behind him. Like he went up for a mid-range jumper and straight up just fucking threw it
Yeah,
back.
he definitely looks like nervous.
he
or
looks very
something.
hesitant.
So yeah,
Yeah.
And I
I'm-
think he'll get it together as the
Yeah.
season goes
He
on.
usually gets it together by
and my
midseason.
thing with the Knicks is like
Can't have that though.
No, you're right.
you like the lack of the superstar talent. So it's like it's just gonna be a different guy every night. Like I'm sorry, like I know we're high on Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish isn't gonna score 20 a game. I know RJ. is
Quentin
gonna
Grimes long term, I
score
think,
games.
is going to be a starter.
Jalen Brunson's gonna have some games. Julius Randle is gonna have some games. I just think, and their offense too. To me, it's another one where
It isn't good.
It's so stagnant, man.
I will say the play that they drew up at the end of the game
It was
was
really
a very
good.
fucking good
Yeah.
play.
Thibodeau was a great fucking
Yeah.
after timeout.
Very fucking good.
Thibodeau has
was
some
play.
good
perfect.
fucking ATOs for
Holy
sure.
shit, man!
bro, I can't
like,
believe Cam Reddish got a Mike Breen bang.
Yeah,
Bro.
congrats, Cam Reddish. But yeah, their offense. I don't know. Their offense when you have so loud.
loud as fuck.
When you have a team that lacks offensive firepower and superstardom like they have, you need a system in place that's going to make life easier for everyone,
I
and
agree.
that just isn't there. And yeah, Jalen Brunson changes that a good amount by just
It
being
showed
a
in the
point
fourth.
guard.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you know,
It's just that we have someone there to control the.
it's just
tempo,
like
you
I
know?
don't look as. I'm sorry, I can't look at you guys as a real threat when the offense is. To me, the
That's
offense
fair.
was super duper subpar, and
also
the
can I-
defense was
can
good
I
down
just-
the
yes,
stretch.
Yes, it was. Can I
Harden,
just say,
Isaiah Hartenstein was
bro,
phenomenal.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That I will say.
Fuck you.
He's good.
He's a
Fuck, I
I never
great.
said he was
He's
bad,
gonna
bro.
win the starting job. Yo.
Thank you. That's what I was saying all off season.
And
bro.
I'm not.
He's the one
speaking to
thing
the
he
mic.
has to get better at though.
I'm
The
screaming,
screen defense.
Yeah.
Ja kind of cooked him like
Yeah.
3 times.
Okay,
getting
Mitch
and
gets
ones.
cooked off screens too.
I know, but at least Mitch would have had a chance at blocking them. He didn't even try. He didn't even try to block.
No, Isaiah Hartenstein was
You
getting
know,
cooked.
he was getting
What do you, what's that face?
I mean, pretty hard for a guy who's 7 foot to guard John Moran.
Bro,
on the
Mitchell
perimeter
Robinson
anyway.
would have
No,
got cooked
on-
too. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm saying on the floaters though.
Mitchell Robinson could.
He would have a
block
better
shot. He
so
could
he would
block a
have a-
shot if he's in drop coverage, and Mitchell Robinson could also block a shot as a chase down. He can make
Yeah.
more of an athletic play. Is
Exactly.
what
Oh,
you're
he is
saying,
more of an effort,
which
yeah,
is
but
true. Isaiah
Isaiah's the
Hartenstein
better
is a
positional
good
defender.
positional
Yeah.
defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
His passing out of the high post is fucking insane,
Phenomenal,
phenomenal.
bro.
You look really good.
That's the thing. You got to make that really be on display. You have to complicate the offense a little bit.
yes,
Mhm.
you know
When you give him the ball at the high post, it can't be one guy in the
He-
weak side corner cut,
he
and that's the
didn't
fucking.
hit-
And then if not, you fucking pass the
he
ball.
didn't
You
hit
have to
the
get
three,
stuff going.
but it does change life when your center is at least
Attempting to shoot it.
somewhat
Yeah.
gonna attempt a
Yeah.
three. Like, and that's why I think this in the starting lineup. Wow, this stopped too. This is a terrible spot for phones.
Oh, my phone.
Um,
63.9. I mean, I told you in like 5 minutes video.
It's okay. Anyways, I mean, look, Isaiah Hartenstein, I think, in my opinion, is a better player than Mitchell Robinson. And not to mention, I said it last night, he's half the price. And that is the best part. It's why I think Mitchell Robinson was overpaid. Just putting that out there. But Isaiah Hartenstein will win that starting job at some point in the season. Clearly, Tibbs loves
But I think
him.
both fit on the team. It's not like
I
there's a
no, I
choose
can
one.
agree. But I definitely want to see more. I need to see some sort of Obi Top and Julius Randle front court. Because
I
God
didn't.
damn, bro, like Obi played 11 minutes.
I was gonna say I didn't really
11
see
minutes.
much out of him.
11
Yeah.
minutes.
He
You
couldn't
didn't
really
see
do
much out of him. 'cause
No,
he didn't
that's what
play.
I'm saying.
Like,
They didn't let him do his thing.
man, it's
Quickly
it's
was
tough.
pretty underwhelming for me. too.
Quickly.
Yeah.
You couldn't even tell he was on the
We
floor.
need those third year guys. to
Derrick
do a little better.
Rose was getting to the rim at will.
Yeah.
I
Always.
Wasn't
love
exactly
watching Derrick
finishing
Rose
all the
play,
time.
man.
But man, like, yo, he is the king.
He's really
of-
playing at his own pace later on in his career.
so
He
funny
really-
'cause he's
the
the
pace of his
king.
game.
He does it so easily.
He's the
Yeah.
king of those get in a bad situation, midair passes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how the fuck he does it every time, but he
He's so
always
athletic.
gets it through, bro. Yeah, he's still super athletic.
Derrick Rose,
Um,
when it's all said and done in his career, his playmaking is going to be super, super underrated.
Mhm.
He never really put up crazy assist numbers, but Derrick Rose is a very above
I
average
wish he was on a
playmaker.
better team. I know I love the. Obviously, I'm a big Knicks
He
fan.
could
but,
really help out a real life
Yeah,
contender as
yeah,
a
it
guard.
kinda
Hey,
sucks
man,
he's with the
like
we
Knicks.
are a
Lakers.
real life
You
contender.
guys
No,
are.
we're not.
We are
Shut
a
up.
real life contender.
Real
Shut
quick before we close out, I just wanted to ask: did anyone happen to watch the Cavs Raptors game at all?
I wanted to rewatch that.
Not
I-
really.
That's what I
know.
wanted to rewatch
I
that.
looked at the box score. I don't have. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
any
Cavs
Cavs
and Raptors fans.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
man.
know Donovan Mitchell's debut is something that it should be talked about.
If I'm
I
not
didn't get time
working-
to watch the game.
If I'm not working, I promise you, I will be watching.
Do the
that Nets
Cavs play
Raptors
tonight?
game.
Probably.
They probably do. But
the Cavs-
Raptors do, and they play the
Yeah.
Nets, and that was my lock. So I promise you, I'll be
Yeah,
watching.
if
that
the
game.
Cavs
I,
play tonight, I'm
um,
gonna make it a priority to watch that. I know Darius Garland struggled a little bit.
I was about to
he's hurt
say I
now.
saw Darius
he's
Garland
missing
got,
about a week or two.
He got poked in the eye, so he's not playing.
But yeah, no,
Cavs
I,
don't play tonight.
I box score watched. It looked like
Donovan
OG
Mitchell
had
was
a decent
phenomenal.
game. Pascal
for-
is Pascal, bro. Like one of the most
Yeah.
underrated players in the
When
entire
I
league.
saw the box score too, when Scotty Barnes is putting up the 5th most points on your team, it's
Scary.
Scary.
It's
bro.
scary hours,
Yeah.
bro.
When
Like,
when you don't need him to be a scorer, and they really don't need
And
him
the
to
funniest
be the
part
elite
was-
scorer.
we said it on the pod on the pod a couple weeks ago. They are the team that can make us look the most silly. Like they have a ceiling where they could, honest
usually
to
do.
God, be a fucking 1 seed this season. Their team is that good. It's not deep, but it is that good. A couple trades away from
Another-
legitimately being
Another thing
title
I just
contender.
wanted to say before we wrap up, the Hawks, if they're getting what they got out of DeAndre Hunter,
bro.
Yeah.
they're contenders.
And
Yeah.
those two guards shot like
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they combined
still
for 24 assists, bro.
they still affected the game. Like on its real, John Collins was phenomenal. If DeAndre
just
Hunter,
paid him.
DeAndre Hunter's the X factor, man. They got him for a nice contract, man.
Mhm.
He could
4 for
easily
90, right? Or
he
something like
could
that.
easily outplay it, man.
Yeah, he can.
With the
He-
two-way ability, he
with
just
the
got to stay
question-
healthy.
The question with him, exactly. It's
Yeah.
always been health. Can
I mean,
you
we
stay
saw
healthy?
it against the Hawks last year, against the Heat last year in the playoffs. He played super, super well.
Yes,
looked
he
like an
did, bro.
elite
He was
scorer, so-
dominant
Yeah.
in the Heat playoffs.
He
So
dropped-
maybe that
They had
hopefully
4
that
guys
was
drop
foreshadowing.
20, bro.
Yes. But again, those two guards got to be more
Yeah,
efficient.
and obviously the Rockets aren't a real team, but
we didn't even get the chance to talk about
Jalen
that. The
Green looked
Heat
pretty good.
Terrible. The Heat
Yeah,
looked garbage.
That was bad.
Bam Adebayo, bro. What the
Um,
fuck, dude? Like,
I said it, man. He's just not that guy, bro.
holy
Yeah.
shit.
He ain't that guy. He's
Max
not a scorer.
Max Strus is a dog. Tyler Hero.
I was about to
played-
What
say-
happened to fucking Kyle Lowry, bro? Thought he got skinny. That ass looked fatter than ever.
That's a fat boy.
I'm scared that he might be washed.
Oh
Kyle
yeah,
It might
Lowry?
be
Yeah.
over with.
he's been
Wow.
washed.
He was
for
probably
5
washed
years.
last year.
What
too,
a hot
yeah.
take.
He can help out still.
He definitely
He's
can.
gonna have some good games.
Yeah, for sure. And there's still parts of Kyle Lowry's
Yeah,
game.
he's a
that
battle tested vet, so he's
Yes.
gonna help out,
Yeah.
especially in that culture. He's gonna help out.
at the
He's
least
still
is an
gritty.
off-ball
Yeah.
shooter and a gritty, hard-nosed like defender. Like
Yeah.
Kyle
Yeah, he
Lowry's still
looks
solid.
man.
Also, I know that they blew that lead and the Suns won, but Luka is still
Okay,
D-Book's
yeah.
father.
Let's talk
Timothy.
about that. Yo, I know they lost, and down the stretch, it was tough toenails, but also, I think the Suns just had revenge on their minds in
Mhm.
Game 1. And
I said it to you too.
and
I
I
said
know
they
you-
better close it.
yeah, and I know you said, you're not taking much. We said it in the chat after that game. Actually, Game 1 don't really matter. There's 82 games. Some of those Game 1s, especially that one, that felt like a playoff game, man. Like that was
oh,
that
yeah,
that
bro.
what
I was gonna say, Ortiz, you want to put that there really quick?
what.
All right, never mind.
Where?
Never
What
mind.
the fuck are
We're
you
like-
talking
we're
about?
almost-
You're fucking.
We're
We're
almost
literally
done.
wrapping
Wrapping
up.
You're right. You're right.
You're whispering when we have microphones.
We're
Yeah.
trying to go quick
Well, yeah,
fire
because I
right
didn't
now.
want to talk.
Use
You know
the
they could
sign
hear
language.
you, right?
Trunks, now you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
That's
what
why I
you
was
big
whispering. Fuck you.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Good job, Trunks.
The Suns.
Yes.
So
Chris Paul, I know that's what you were about to get
My
into.
boy got
right?
benched.
no, I was gonna say that felt like a playoff game, and home court advantage in any playoff game helps. So I think honestly, like watching that game, I think that was why the Suns won. They got fucking key plays from role players that Are you
Cam-
going to depend on them to
Campaign.
close out? Right.
Campaign was
Campaign looked like an
fantastic.
actual NBA player again. And fucking Damian Lee, man.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, shout out to Damian
bro,
Lee.
he won
Tough
the
shot.
game.
Yeah.
Tough shot.
Like,
won
that's
the
not going to happen
game.
all the time. But, like, shout out. And,
See, Steph woke up his kids, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
they said that shit on the broadcast, man. I mean, that's the type of guy you want to come in and, the Suns, obviously, it seems like they've been struggling with the culture thing and
they
they're a
really
mess.
need a backup
And
center.
Damian,
Yeah.
But Damian Lee's one of those guys. Damian Lee won a ring last year, and he was Damian Lee's had some.
He's a battle tested guy.
He's
been
had
ar-
some
he's been
big
around winning
moments.
players.
He's had to have some big moments for the Warriors. I mean, there was a stretch for what was he there? 3 years. He was there when they were god awful.
He started for
Might have
2
been a little
years.
Yeah,
longer,
that's what I'm
honestly.
saying. He had
Um,
some games where he was super duper important for them, and just being in that, anyone coming out of that system and that culture is going to help the culture of the
I
next team
will
they go.
also say.
But wait,
go ahead.
the Mavs looked phenomenal.
Christian
Yes.
Wood, bro.
Christian,
16 straight
Yeah.
fucking Woods, bro.
yeah,
yeah.
the Mavs are phenomenal. The Mavs are title
Christian
contenders.
Wood laid the wood.
That's
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
said
no,
on the
they
broadcast.
said it on the
Yeah.
That's why I said
broadcast,
it.
bro.
My girl said to me, she said, "Who laid what wood?" I was like, "It's his last name."
Bro, that was
No, the
when they
Mavs-
said that, I was like, wow, they're out of
Yeah,
pocket.
no. The Mavs are Luka Doncic, man.
Amazing.
Like,
He's gonna do the thing.
He's
You
doing
know-
the thing.
he's doing the thing,
Damn right, he was doing the thing.
Yeah,
He's
I know
gonna
they
win MVP.
I know they lost, but I feel even more confident about my Mavs winning the finals pick after game 1.
I
They
will
look
say-
phenomenal.
They look
Hey,
great.
You and Nick
you
Wright.
said it. Chris Paul did look washed a little bit. He still knows how to control a tempo. Obviously, that'll never go anywhere. He's still gritty on the defensive end. He still gives it everything.
Yo, I'm sorry. He's becoming a. I mean, I guess it's Luca, so no one could do anything
No,
about
bro,
Luca.
no,
but
no,
Chris
no.
Paul looked.
It's bad.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
know
he's
the
6
last.
foot.
Yeah, the last sample size we've seen against him was one game against Luca this season, and then
Yeah.
7 games against Luca last series.
Bro,
so
the massacre
that's
that was.
The scary part is,
probably recency bias, but man, did he look washed.
yo,
on
shout out
defense.
Mikal Bridges for fighting through a lot of those screens a couple nights ago
Dog,
and
man.
playing absolutely.
He got that slippery
fantastic
off-ball badge
defense.
on Hall of Fame, man.
Fantastic defense on Luca at the down the stretch of the game.
Yeah.
Like he was giving it everything he had. They were trying to get the switch with campaign, and Mikal Bridges was
Yeah.
not letting it
The
happen.
Suns came out and had a point to prove, and they did that. This to me, like we said, game 1. There's fucking 82 games. It doesn't really matter, but this was a must-win game for the Suns.
Point
to
D
set-
book needs
Yeah.
to be a thing.
yeah.
A lot. down
Yo,
the
I'm-
stretch. His playmaking has
This,
fucking
I'm
improved
telling you, this
immensely.
isn't gonna be the only game that they closed out with Chris Paul on the bench. That was gonna be Chris Paul was washed. Like that's one of my overreactions. We'll just end it on that. With
At that
the
point,
next
try to
overreaction.
trade him.
Chris Paul was washed, man.
And that team looks amazing with D Book on the floor. Like
Yeah.
completely
D-Book-
different team when he's on the floor.
I mean, I'm a Devin Booker hater. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Love
I'm gonna
him.
own it. But
Love D-Book.
Devin Booker's a phenomenal player, and Devin Booker played a phenomenal game.
Yes, he
Definitely
did.
for sure.
One of those guys.
The
that you
reason he
can't
was
guard.
All NBA first team last year.
You
Like,
just
he's
can't
one of
guard
them ones. for
Chris
sure.
Paul for Russell Westbrook.
Who
Boom.
says no?
Who does say
the
no?
Suns.
Probably the Suns.
I mean,
The
Chris
Suns
Paul's still
definitely say
better.
no. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
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 But what if he's washed?
It's been one game. This is why we call them overreactions. Boys.
Exactly. I agree with that, Dean. All right,
yeah,
with
no.
that, I think we covered every team. Sorry to the Cavs and Raptors fans, as we said before. I
not.
promise you, I will be watching
Not
them
at all.
intently.
Yeah, I
over the
mean,
next couple
anyone,
days.
if you're a fan of a team and you didn't hear about your team, don't shit on us, but
Leave it in
just
the
let
comments.
us
We'll
know,
talk
yeah.
about it.
Let us
Yeah,
know.
we want to
No,
make sure we
definitely.
show every
We'll
team
interact
love.
in the socials.
This was
Sorry,
a great
Wizards
podcast,
fans.
man.
It was
a nice,
it was a
juicy
long one, bro.
podcast.
It
Wait,
didn't feel
before
like
we
4
go,
hours.
Sorry, Nuggets fans.
my last overreaction was Julius Randle is going to be an All NBA second team member.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we
love it.
didn't talk about the Blazers or the Kings. Shout
Yeah,
out the
sorry,
Blazers
Blazers.
or the
Yo,
Kings.
wait. First of all, real quick, Josh Hart, you're a fucking baller. That was amazing. I don't know, bro. He looks
posted the
unstoppable.
picture of the X-ray with the dogs.
Yeah.
He
after
looks
the game.
unstoppable getting.
He
to
got
the
that
rim,
dog
bro.
in him.
De'Aaron Fox, you're nice too.
That team is
All-Star
both
guy,
those
De'Aaron.
teams are pretty good. I will say.
Yeah,
and
they're making the
Jeremy
That
Grant,
was a
playoffs.
fun game.
Jeremy Grant was exactly what I said he was going to
Yeah.
be for Damian Lillard, and I'm just saying.
I was very high on that
um,
move. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
both
we'll see
those
what
teams
happens
were
with those
fun.
teams.
If anything, those teams will be fun. Tune in if they're in a close game type teams,
For sure.
especially the Kings.
I want to
Kings
watch
are
full
fun
games of those
offense.
guys. If I'm being completely honest, like both those teams look very good. I want to see entire games of them. Kings were
Sometimes it's so hard
fast-paced.
to watch a full game.
Kings
in
were
the NBA.
fast-paced.
It gets
Yeah.
so
I don't know,
boring. in the
I like
enjoyed
it.
it. I enjoy it.
Like I love
I can't sit and
basketball. It's
watch
just
a full
sometimes the
NBA
fucking
game.
first half. It's just like, who fuck cares about the first half, man?
It's all about the
It is-
finish,
it is
man.
all about the
I
second
enjoy
half,
it. I
really.
don't
Weird.
But with that, anything we want to throw out there?
No.
We're gonna link our link tree. We're gonna have our link tree in the
Yeah, I mean, if
description.
you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, make sure to leave us 5 stars. If you're tuning in
Please
on the
do.
YouTube live stream, leave a like.
like,
Like,
subscribe.
We're gonna have a
Put
bunch
that-
of content throughout the week:
Yes,
we are.
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We started a YouTube channel. I don't know if we mentioned it on here. We're gonna do clip outs of,
the pod.
clip outs of the
Certain
pod.
segments we do on
TikTok's
here.
been
We
going
also
well,
have
so
posts
definitely
on
check
The
out the
thumbnails
TikTok.
are pretty cool.
Our
Yeah.
thumbnails are fire. Shout
Yeah.
out Dean.
Yeah.
If you guys want shorter
homegrown.
content, check that out.
Also, I did want to pose this question to the viewers. If you guys do end up seeing this, if you stuck around for this long, we were considering the idea of possibly ending our podcast an hour and a half in and having a 30-minute after show, just talking about life and other things
and
in
our
general.
feelings.
So
Our
please
feelings.
do let us know about that. We'd love to know if you guys want to see something like that.
See a different side of us.
Yeah,
No,
not
we're
all the
people.
sports
We're not
stuff.
just
Yeah.
We
We're
don't
not
just
just
sit and watch
sports
games.
machines.
Let's ball more game. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Let's
Let's
Yeah,
ball
yeah.
and
Suppose.
more
So-
games.
I'd,
please, guys.
for some, it's more ball.
Please, guys, do
many
do let
balls.
us know. And
5 balls.
if you guys have any other
10
suggestions
balls.
for us, please feel
Ball
free.
game.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Ball
Thank you, guys.
game.
Ball
Thanks,
game.
guys.